Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today, and this week sees the thin line between love and deception in Don't Worry, Darling, hitting the store shelves, along with the unique take on the romantic comedy in Bros. You also have season 4 of Westworld, and oh, by the way, season 1 of Peacemaker hitting the shelves also. You also have a little bit of Criterion goodness with the historical drama Malcolm X and a Disney animated classic, Wall-E. And MVD Rewind is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 1990 ski comedy Ski Patrol. Oh, that is a blast from the past. Oh, you bet your ass it is, man. Plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we are at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got.
All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart, and geez Louise. I mean, come on, man. We still have some new release love we're checking out, so there is that, but man, after last week's colossal, mega, physical media bonanza, we looking a little light, aren't we? Jeez, we really are, man. It just is now that we're back to normal every week Walmart. Yeah. That one week gave me so much hope. I should have known better. Oh, I should have indeed, but hey, at least we got something to show off, and that's better than nothing. And sometimes this plays, yeah, we've had that too. So let's dive in for what it's worth, man, with a little bit of Peacemaker. Yes, DCTV love, the complete first season for 1996. Oh, yes, Peacemaker, trying to bring peace to the world, one kill at a time. Oh, man. Yeah, justify it all you want. That doesn't necessarily make you the good guy. I'm just saying, man. Oh, wow. I watched this on HBO Max, and it's interesting. When I was in the movie theater watching The Suicide Squad with John, we had such a fun time watching that movie. It is entertaining as hell, funny as shit, crazy wild characters. Man, we just dug that movie like a motherfucker. It was so damn good, man. And one of the characters being Peacemaker, we really liked him. We thought he was funny, awkward, quirky. Towards the end of that movie, he became a real douchebag, like extremely unlikable. And we're like, oh, man, yeah, we hope this guy gets his comeuppance. And, you know, when he didn't actually die, that credit sequence, and I'm like, shit, man. I was like, okay, maybe they're saving him for some other movie within the DC world. Fine, whatever. Maybe he'll come back as a villain. Maybe a cool, like, Batman villain or something. That would be kind of interesting. I kind of dig that. And no, they were doing a TV show. And I was kind of perplexed. I'm like, wait a minute. We're doing a live-action TV show sequel for this character. He's gonna be the main lead in this thing. He's not exactly the most likable person in the world. Neither is he the most sympathetic person ever. He's going to be the star? I was like, okay. I didn't quite know what to think about that. I was like, this is kind of weird, man. I don't know how they're going to spin this. And so there was a part of me that was, yes, curious about it, but there was another part of me that was really kind of apprehensive about it. I was like, wait a minute, man. I don't know how they're really going to pull this off. And, you know, I should have never doubted James Gunn. I should have never doubted him, man. And that's my bad. Oh, indeed it is. Because I got to tell you, this show is fucking amazing. It is awesome. Holy shit, man. I mean, straight off the bat, we get the same Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad. So it's not like the character has changed. It's not like suddenly the character has this great epiphany of being the absolute good guy. No, he's still a scumbag. Just, you know, a funny scumbag. And I love how they play with his character. He's a smart ass, all full of himself. He hates on all these type of people and minorities and other groups to make himself feel better. And yet, at the same time, you kind of root for the guy. You kind of like him a little bit. You're perplexed by it. You're like, God, this guy is a real piece of shit. But, man, there's something about him that you just can't help but kind of enjoy being around. Man, it's just weird. It just really honestly is, man. But to be fair, I gotta give the writing a lot of credit. I gotta give the actors a ton of credit because, man, they are really going out of their way to make this thing really believable, to really put in the effort of making these characters, yes, as likable as humanly possible, but at the same time, not getting away from the idea that they all have shady pasts. They're all shady individuals in one way or another. They do a lot of unlikable things, and they don't shy away from that. And I like that, dude. The idea of, yes, you have a line that you can tread between being likable and sympathetic, but at the same time still doing really wickedly evil and despicable things at the end of the day. And I really appreciated that, and I thought it was great. I love the story of the idea of roping Peacemaker into this group, and the idea of there's this alien form out there that is even more destructive than they could have possibly imagined. It could potentially take over the world, and whether you're an absolute evil prick or a scumbag, it doesn't matter. You still have to do your job to try to save the world at the end of the day. And I really thought that was actually kind of clever. And I just think that everybody poured their heart and soul into making this thing as good as it possibly could be. And I give them credit for this because, look, this is funny as hell. It's charming. The action is fucking insane. I mean, even down to the music of the show. A lot of like 80s hair metal glam shit, which was great. Oh my God, man. I was like, holy hell, dude. I haven't heard that music in God knows how long. And it was so infectiously fun. Even the title sequence, the dance number. The first time I watched it, I was like, oh my God. This is awesome. I was like, what the hell? This is so cool. Oh man, it's just really weird, really quirky, in your face, unapologetic, and I fucking dig it, man. And at the same time, oh, by the way, they do kind of start to give you a lot of background on Peacemaker, why he is the way he is, his background. You get to understand him a bit more. It doesn't make him the most greatest superhero of all time. It doesn't make him, the most likable hero on the planet, but you do get to understand the motivations and the reason why he is the way he is. And I love that, how they kind of sneak that in there and make you feel for these characters and give them a lot of heart and understanding and pathos, where you kind of feel like, oh my God, dude, like these ragtag misfits, I kind of dig and I kind of like. And even though they're doing really terrible things as human beings, even though they're real pricks and idiots, at moments you're like, dude, I would totally hang out with this fucking crew, man. Okay, maybe they would pick on me and make fun of me and shit, but you know what? As much as some of these people can take, they can also dish out. And I love it, man. I mean, Peacemaker is great here, but I love the whole entire team. Hell, the person who almost stole the show was Vigilante. Oh my God. That guy was fucking awesome, dude. He was literally a dumb idiot at moments, but yet kind of, I don't know, like an idiot savant without the savant part. I mean, man, he was so great. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Deadpool. He was so great in that. But I just love all the characters here. I love how they really go for it and really go for the jokes and the humor at the expense of their own selves. I just thought that everybody was really game to make this crazy, wild, weird, out there superhero TV show that I think stands with shows like The Boys. I absolutely do, man. Or even like Doom Patrol, that you can really just watch this and just dive into the craziness of these characters and think, oh my god, it can't get any weirder and wilder. And then it does. But you're like, dude, it's so cool. And these characters are like so odd and unique that you're kind of like, dude, wherever they're going with this shit, I'm totally on board, man. And that's what this is. And I loved every single goddamn second of it, man. I thought it was inventive. I thought it was creative. I thought it was funny as hell. And I thought it was just gloriously violent. And yet, at the same time, a really heartfelt show about misfits coming together who were never supposed to be part of any kind of team, who never really believed in themselves, who slowly but surely believe in themselves because of each other. I know, man, the weird heart that is in this thing, it kind of sneaks up on you, but it sneaks up on you in the best way possible, man. This is just a really phenomenal show, and I fell in love with it from the word go, and all 8 episodes got me, and I'm hooked. I really am, man. Man, I can't wait for whatever they do next. Peacemaker, Vigilante, Eagly, and all the crazy hijinks. Yeah, I want more. Now, come on. Who doesn't love a little man-on-man fun? Well, you know, when in Rome. In Bros, the DVD of the collector's edition for $17.96. Ah, nice. I hope those butts feel real good. A boy meets bro love story. Now, I had a chance to watch this with Nick in the movie theater, and actually it was my suggestion with Nick to go see this movie. Yes, me, a straight male that likes chicks, asking my gay friend to go see a gay romantic comedy. Yeah, I'm just that type of guy. Indeed I am, man. Now, this movie is about Bobby, played by good old Billy Eichner, and he has been very successful in his work life, his professional life. He really, truly has accomplished a lot of stuff and is really working on this great museum of gay history. But the one thing that's missing in his life is romance. You see, his romantic life really hasn't been as successful or as good as he was really hoping for, and he's just going down the typical train that most gay men deal with, the hookups and the awkward conversations, you name it. But one day he goes to the club and he meets Aaron, and Aaron's not exactly 100% his type, and he's kind of awkward around him and not really sure what to really say or do, but he's realizing that, well, Aaron is kind of ignoring him and not really giving him the time of day, and he's kind of perplexed by that. He's like, wait a minute, I'm giving him all of the signs, figured, well, I mean, not completely my type, but maybe we can hook up, and he's totally giving me the cold shoulder. Why? What's going on? He seems interested, but not really. What's happening here? And suddenly, but slowly, they start to create this friendship together. They're spending more time together, and suddenly that turns into something more. Perhaps a relationship? Well, that's if, well, they don't screw it up in the process. And all the complications and hilarity that goes with it. Oh, indeed it is, man. Now, I gotta admit, I didn't 100% know what to expect with this movie. I really loved the trailer. I thought it looked funny as hell. I was down for a good romance movie. I don't really care whether it's 2 women, a man and a woman, 2 men. I don't really give a shit. As long as it's good, I'm down for it. And so I was willing to go with this story. And I got to admit, it was fascinating watching this movie because there's certain things that obviously go over my head. Some things that Nick kind of was cringing on. Because I was looking over to Nick, and every time I did, he's like, man, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like, why? He's like, dude, this is embarrassing. And he said it's embarrassing, not in a bad way, like the movie was bad. It's more of like embarrassing in the way that how true it actually is. And he's like, oh my God, man. Like, it's kind of like seeing behind the curtain, right? You're like, man, you see the real Wizard of Oz. You're not supposed to. And he was like, oh my Lord, man. But he was laughing just as much as I was. He was smiling. He was really having a great time with this movie, and so was I. I seriously was, man. I thought this was extremely entertaining. I thought this was heartfelt. I thought this was heartwarming. I thought it was clever. I enjoyed the dialogue. The chemistry between Billy Eichner and Luke McFarlane was on fire. I thought they were really great together. They had a lot of charm for one another, and you could really feel the love, but yet the frustration between the two, having to deal with this relationship that neither of them really quite are used to this type, and they're just trying to understand each other the best way they possibly can, and hopefully trying to make this work in the process. I mean, it was phenomenal, and I really loved it, and I was entertained the whole way through. I laughed a shit ton, and at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, I almost cried. I mean, seriously, I really did. It was that effective of a movie. And look, I realize that with a movie like this, it's not going to be for everybody, okay? I get it. I understand it. And yet at the same time, I would argue to you to give it a chance because, you know, we're living in 2022, right? And times are changing. And I think for the most part, they're changing for the better. And the storytelling needs to change along with that. And I love the old school romantic comedy movies of the past. I love Sleepless in Seattle. I love You've Got Mail. I love the old school stuff from back in the day. The Wedding Singer. I mean, you name it. I love all that stuff, man. And it's so good. But at the end of the day, there is a part of me that says maybe it's a little bit tiresome at times. Maybe it is just a wee bit. And I look at Bros and I see the opportunity for really great storytelling with a different type of romance that you're not 100% used to. And I think Bros really does it expertly well. I truly think it does, man. From the acting to the writing to the directing, I think it's all spot on, and they're really going out of their way to make something that is something new but yet somewhat similar, and something that feels very mainstream and you can feel comfortable with. And I think it works completely. I mean, they are treading a bit of a line, and it's not easy to make this type of movie and yet make it relatable for everybody, but I think they really pulled it off, man. Look, I'm always up for different types of storytelling. As long as it's good, as long as it's effective, I can really go with it. And if they tell a very interesting and unique and engaging story, then I'm down with it. And look, at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of romantic comedy movies, man, from early childhood all the way on. And it's not that they can't be good anymore, but you kind of see them coming a 1 mile away. It's predictable. And I'm not saying that this doesn't have its predictable moments, because it does. I mean, you know, in the end, it's going to be all right, that everything's going to be hunky-dory and things are going to work out just fine. You know it. But it's the journey to getting to that point that is either going to be entertaining or completely mundane. And Bros really succeeds in making it something that is really fun, lighthearted, entertaining, but yet extremely relatable and a hell of a lot of heart attached to it. And that is something that I truly, honestly appreciate, man. Not every love story works, but this type of love story, well, it could have had its pitfalls, but it's one that really tugged at my heartstrings, and I really, truly enjoyed it, man. Might not be for everybody, but you know what? It's definitely for me. Oh, that's for damn sure, man. Pretty damn solid indeed. I've seen a lot of them, and this one definitely is worthy. Oh, it is, man. Not bad. I mean, you got Peacemaker, you got bros, romance, a little bit of superhero, weirdo action oddity. Hey, man, it's something, dude. I mean, not bad for Walmart this week. And as far as some of the stuff that they had previously, I mean, hey, they did sell out of that Walmart exclusive. Not bad for Pearl. I mean, they sold a hell of a lot of Top Gun Maverick. But then again, dude, it's Top Gun frickin' Maverick, man. It's pretty damn good. Ain't gonna lie, man. Well worthy of being sold out. But what really perplexes me, dude, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. People bought this. Jesus, who the hell bought this crap, man? I want names, man. I want names, numbers, addresses, because I'm pulling a Jane Silent Bob on these motherfuckers. Jeez. Dude, anybody who has this in their collection, man, I feel nothing but pity. I really do, dude. Yo. But I mean, hey, they still got a lot of decent love, just not a lot of love for this week. Obviously. Hey, we'll probably get it next week. Typical Walmart as usual. Yes, back to normal. Let's head out. Oh, Walmart. 1 week you have so much physical media that I'm bugging out my eyeballs, man. And then the next, well, I'm wondering where you hit it. Oh, indeed I do, man. Oh boy, the perplexities of Walmart. I can't get enough of it. Well, whether I like it or not, ay, man, let me tell you something, man. This place is a pure conundrum, and I've stopped trying to figure it out, because if I do, man, my fucking brain's gonna hurt, alright? Jeez, I'm not doing any crystal ball shit anymore, because literally with this place, man, yeah, it just doesn't pay. I'm not gonna lie. It seriously, really, honestly does not pay whatsoever, dude. So, hey, I just go with the flow week in and week out. And, hey, at least they had some new stuff. Not everything I wanted, but, hey, beggars can't be choosers, so I'll take what I can get. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I definitely will, and hope you will as well. Hey, as physical media lovers, sometimes we're used to a grand meal, and sometimes we fast like a motherfucker. And this week, I don't know, we're off to an okay start. It could be a little bit better, but this is Walmart, so what do you really expect? But hey, at least we saw some new stuff, not half bad, a little bit of romantic comedy love, and a little bit of superhero hijinks. Hey, I'll take it, that's for damn sure, and I know you will as well, but there is more out there to check out, more physical media to explore. So how about we do it? All right, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. But before I go in, I gotta talk to you guys about something. So, you know, actors, how do they necessarily pick projects, right? I mean, do they sort of just blindly do it? Do they get advice from their friends and family? Or do they take the advice of older actors? Hey, they wouldn't do it, but they'd do it for a paycheck, wouldn't they? Oh, if you need to do whatever you need to do to put food on the table, you'll do it, even if you gotta moan and groan about it a little bit. Oh, and Ethan Hawke, he kind of does, man. From IndieWire, Ethan Hawke did Moon Knight to put food on the table because that's what Paul Newman would do. Let's dive in, shall we? Ethan Hawke is having quite the year. He began 2022 by making his Marvel debut in Moon Knight on Disney+. And he recently directed The Last Movie Stars on HBO Max documentary about Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward. While those two projects might seem to occupy opposite ends of the entertainment spectrum, Hawke's experience working on one inspired him to make the other. In a new interview with Insider, the actor revealed that he was initially hesitant to star in Moon Knight, but after talking with his family, he decided to take the role because he thought that's what Paul Newman would do. Well, at least that's what he says. He ends up saying that whether or not to do it was really up to my thought of what would Paul Newman do. And my youngest, Indiana, who was 10 at the time, said, well, Dad, that's what Paul would do, wouldn't he? Yeah, anything to get his, dad in a Marvel movie or a TV show. Hey, man, it's still Marvel. It's cool. Come on. While Newman never made a superhero movie, Hawke believes that some of his later roles suggest that he would have embraced today's franchise-driven entertainment landscape if he had to. Do I think he admired blockbusters and superhero movies? No, I don't, Hawke said. He hated doing Towering Inferno. That was his idea of a giant sellout. You see him in physical pain in that movie.
In that sense, Hawk says that he made the decision to appear in Moon Knight for purely financial reasons. It seems that it was something that he thinks Newman would have done to support his own family. It's still a job at the end of the day. You still have to put food on the table. Hawk's comments echo similar remarks he made in a recent interview with IndieWire, where he said that he would do it because Newman made Towering Inferno, and it gave him the flexibility to make many of his other more beloved films. We can make fun of Towering Inferno now, but that was the biggest movie of the year, Hawk said. He got 10 years of creative freedom because of that movie. He was smart to do it, even if it isn't a movie that's worth talking about in the legacy of his work. Still, it appears that Hawk enjoyed the experience of working on Moon Knight, as he eventually praised the creative freedom that Marvel gave him as an actor. He believes that finding a balance between art and commerce is what Paul Newman would have done. I'm an actor, he said. That is how I pay my kids' medical bills. That's how I put a roof over our heads. And my job is not to change the world and make it a perfect place. My job is to do good work to the best of my ability. So we all decided, I think you should do it. And, well, I'm glad I did. And I'm not going to lie, but I'm glad he did it too. I really am, man, because he was phenomenal in Moon Knight. He was great, man. And look, as an actor, you know, we could shit on a lot of these actors' decisions of what they make and what they don't make and the decisions and all that jazz. But at the end of the day, lest we forget that not every actor makes millions upon billions of dollars. Not everybody can be a Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, not everyone can be a Robert Downey Jr. nowadays, having made so many millions of dollars off of those Marvel movies. And lest we forget that Downey, when he got out of jail, was basically a pariah within the industry. Nobody wanted to hire him. Nobody wanted to work with him. He just tried to get what he could to possibly work as an actor and work his way out of it. And oh, by the way, here comes this Marvel role for Iron Man. Okay, if they're willing to take a gamble on me, I'll do it. I mean, you know, I'm an actor at the end of the day. I don't know how this will be, but I'm going to give it a go. And look how it paid off. So I understand Ethan Hawke's comments of like, hey, I didn't exactly want to do this thing because it's huge blockbuster entertainment. I'm not about that. I'm more of an artiste. Fair enough. But you never know what something is going to turn into until you do it. Even something like The Black Phone. The Black Phone could have came off cheesy and ridiculous, but it really was terrifying and chilling, and Hawke is excellent in it. And, you know, that's not exactly an art house piece of cinema. I'm just saying, man. But I respect his thoughts, and as many actors that are out there can tell you, it's just about the work. It doesn't matter if it's the biggest role or the smallest role. You have to go out there and you have to work your ass off to prove yourself every single film. Because, you know, yes, maybe you get a little bit of carte blanche from one role to the next, but it's very little. At the end of the day, it's always about what have you done for me lately. Oh, by the way, you've done this really great movie. Oh, that's fine. But what's your next thing? And if you don't prove it in the next thing, well, then, oh, well, geez, he's kind of lost a step, hasn't he? I mean, that's the kind of stuff that goes on. And, you know, there's a lot of actors out there that I love that have went down the rabbit hole of straight to DVD garbage, okay? Whether we're talking about Willis or John Cusack or Jean-Claude Van Damme, Emile Hirsch, I could go on and on and on, but you get the hint. And, you know, I have to remember at the end of the day that at one time these guys were the cat's meow of Hollywood. They were really great, man. Everybody was throwing roles at them like a mofo. And then at a certain point, that just continued to dry up slowly but surely. They took certain roles that didn't pan out. They weren't box office behemoths. And suddenly, well, you're sort of looking on the outside. And it happens a lot. But then again, you have people like Nicolas Cage that, man, Nicolas Cage was doing straight to DVD crap. But what he did was he really put his heart and soul into that. And yes, maybe they did, but he was slowly but surely working his way back up the food chain, proving himself with every single role, and it worked out. And again, big roles, small roles, huge actors, smaller indie artists out there. We all have to work at the end of the day, and we all have to try to prove ourselves one way or another. And everybody rises and everybody falls, and it just depends if you can get back up again. And I really appreciate Ethan Hawke and how he was able to frame the argument. Because look, at the end of the day, you take what you can get. Hollywood is not exactly the most easiest place to work in. They're not the most trusting. This is not show friends. This is show business. And if you're not delivering the goods, they don't want to see your ass. And so you're hot one minute, you're cold the next, and you just got to take what you can get. And I think Ethan Hawke really proves the fact that, whether it's a big role or a small role, big blockbuster entertainment or a small indie flick, you still got to do your best and put in the effort. And at the end of the day, you have to put food on the table. And if they come a calling and if the project is good, go and take it. And I don't blame them, man. We tend to think that actors have their carte blanche of movie roles, and that's just not the truth, man. Far from it. And Ethan Hawke is proof positive of that. Hey, he's a great actor, and he's definitely been hitting out of the park, but it's never easy. Just saying. Remember that. Remember that indeed, guys. Interesting. Definitely let me know what you think about that. But in the meantime, well, Walmart had a little bit of the physical media. Not as much as I was hoping for, but what about Target? Well, I hope it pays off. How about we go in? Check it out.
All right, everybody, we are in at Target, and look, they have physical media love. Yes. Well, better than Walmart, but then again, are we really all that surprised? Not really, man. But you know what I am noticing? If you're looking for your Don't Worry Darling fix, well, they have the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray, and the DVD, and the DVD, and the DVD, the DVD. Yeesh. Okay. Boy, Target really loves this movie, man. He's the Blu-ray for $22.99, the DVD for $17.99. Oh, yes. All of your Don't Worry Darling fix. Oh, that's for damn sure, man. I mean, come on, man. You could take that shit to the bank. You absolutely can. Let's put it this way. If you can't find a copy here at Target, man, you're blind as a fucking bat. You really are, dude. So I got a chance to watch this on HBO Max. Now, originally, I was gonna watch it in the movie theater, but there was so much controversy to this movie. All the drama, man, about the main actress conflicting with the director sleeping with the main star, the other actor, Shia LaBeouf, who was supposed to be in this movie, he got passed over for Harry Styles, and all the complicated drama and the he said, she said, she's sleeping with this dude, etc., etc., and I'm like, my God, man, the drama is thick in this bitch, and I'm like, holy hell, man. So I'm like, you know what? Man, there's enough drama even before I go into the movie theater to watch the damn thing. So, I'm gonna just hold off on this thing and wait until it's on some streaming service to watch it, and thus I did. And I happened to watch it with the girlfriend as well, because, when you're watching a movie about women potentially being controlled by men in the 1950s, yeah, you totally watch it with your significant other. Sure, why the hell not? Hey, she was down to watch it, so, movie night with the girlfriend, not half bad, alright? Not half bad at all. This movie, actually, is about Alice, played by Florence Pugh, and she is living the most idyllic, perfect life with her husband, Jack, in this small little quaint town with all these other couples. And, in this community, all the guys dress perfectly, all the women dress in these beautiful dresses, and they say goodbye to their husbands in the morning, and they do the cooking and they do the cleaning, and they gossip around with the girls, all that jazz. And then the men come home and they get their home cooked meal and maybe a little dessert on the side and start the day all over again, rinse repeat, I suppose. And it's nice. It's a nice little community. Everyone is playing their roles pitch perfectly. However, there's something wrong here. It's hard to say necessarily, because Alice is feeling odd about it. there's this one woman that is acting really strange and weird. Supposed plane crashes that nobody seems to notice outside of her. Places that she finds that could be in her memory, that is just in her own mind, imagination-wise. I mean, with all this strange stuff going on, is it in her head? Is she making all this up? Is it real? Is it aliens? I mean, shit, your guess is as good as mine. Well, I know, but I'm not telling. Oh, I'm not telling indeed, man. But let's put it this way. All the complications and the horrific moments and all the mind-bending craziness. Oh, indeed it is, man. You know, look, I was kind of trepidatious about watching this because I had heard some people be like, wow, this is really phenomenal, and other people that were like, it ain't that great. And so, usually in that scenario, you're either going to really love the movie or you're going to be like, yeah, you know what, it wasn't that great after all. And you're kind of like, okay, well, I guess all the hype was for nothing, huh? But after watching this movie, I got to admit, I really dug this flick, man. I'm not even lying, dude. I thought it was really great. It was mystifying. It was thrilling, dramatic. I really thought it was extremely well done. The acting is phenomenal here. Florence Pugh is amazing like she always is. Harry Styles was really great in here. Olivia Wilde, who's also the director, is really fantastic as well. Gemma Chan, Nick Kroll, Chris Pine is so good in here, man. You're thinking to yourself, like, he's really charismatic and charming, but yet really creepy. You're like, man, what's going on with this dude? It's really great, and I love how they make the setup of this really great small town community. Everybody gets along, everybody is sort of playing their roles, and at the same time, there's this unease that's under the surface that you can't quite actually figure out what it might be. You have a lot of guesses and understanding, maybe of it being this or being that, but when you really find out what it is, I thought it was really clever, man. I thought, actually, it really even exceeded my own expectations because, you know, when we were watching the movie, I was saying to my girlfriend, like, yeah, you know, I think it's aliens. And she sort of looked at me like, are you kidding me? Seriously, you think it's aliens? And I'm like, yeah, why? She's like, you always think it's aliens. I'm like, well, that's because 90% of the time it is fucking aliens. All right, geez, give me a break, will ya? But I love the explanation because it's fantastical, but yet enough in the realm of realism that you could actually see some of this shit happening in real life. And that's the terrifying thing of it, man. And I thought they did a tremendous job with this movie, man. It's like a great peeling of an onion. You peel back one layer and it's another possible explanation. You peel back another layer and you see even more behind the curtain, man. And the more you do, the more crazier it gets. And I love it, man. Just peeling back this fake facade and seeing what it truly is. And then when you find out what's actually going on, it's actually even more dramatic, even more terrifying than you could have even possibly imagined. So good, man. It really is. I thought the directing was top notch. I love the whole 1950s community, the costumes. Like I said, the actors are great here. You really believe Florence Pugh, especially when she's going nuts and crazy. You're like, yeah, something is going on here. You know? Well, either that or, man, you are one crazy bitch. I mean, seriously, I really do love all of the actors here. The other supporting cast, the men and the women, all playing up the 1950s stereotypes. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. They really do an amazing job making it convincing and selling it. So well done. Look, this movie is very sexual and mysterious and mischievous. And yes, it is a slow burn, but it's a slow burn that, in my honest opinion, was never boring. I was never bored for a single second. I was always intrigued by what is actually going on. And as more stuff was getting revealed, that's when I was even more leaning in. I'm like, oh shit, it could be this or it could be that. Oh, this too. And usually when you have those type of movies, right? And when the reveal happens, you're usually, dude, you're fucking bummed, man. Because you're like, goddamn, in your mind, it's so much better than what the actual reveal is. But in this case, that's not the truth. The truth is that the reveal is actually really smart and really interesting and makes you question everything that you've seen from the word go. It's really, really well done. It's a really great piece, in my opinion, of cinematic art. And I'm kind of shocked by that. But what shocked me even more was the fact that my girlfriend actually liked this movie along with me. It's like, wow, we actually see eye to eye? Oh my God, it's the end of the world. We don't always do that. So, when that happens, that's a small miracle, folks. It really is. And we were having a wild discussion after we finished the movie about the twist and what would make somebody want to go back to that time period and the mental aspects of it and what it means for somebody's psyche. It's really just fascinating shit, man. Really some unique stuff that we were really fascinated by. And like I said, this movie is really going to give you some really great fuel to have some really amazing discussions, man, about this film. It's some amazing stuff, actually. And I never thought when I pressed play that this movie was going to be what it was. I thought it was going to be some artificial cash grab or something. That's what I thought, right? Pretty people in this pretty idealistic setting and some cheesy cornball twist, right? But I got so much more out of it than that. And I'm just amazed by that. I really am seriously amazed by it. And it was way more than I ever thought it was going to be, and it's even better than I could have imagined it was going to be. It really is absolutely well done, man. And if you didn't give it a chance, I can't quite say I blame you with all of the Hollywood bullshit and the drama and all the crap that was going on when they were promoting the movie. I mean, at a certain point, you just kind of get sick of that shit. You know what I mean? You really do. When you go into watching a movie, whether it's in the movie theaters or you're at home, you don't want to know the whole thing about who slept with who and what actor got fired from the project and all of the fucking drama and the bullshit between the women, the cat fights and shit. I mean, yeah, it makes for cool special features, but dude, you just want to enjoy the movie for what the movie is, man. And that was the biggest fault, was the whole drama and the publicity behind it. It really burned a lot of people from wanting to watch the movie. But you want to know what, man? Put all that aside. I mean, seriously, put it all aside and just watch the movie for what it is, because you will be surprised by it. It is way more than you really think it is. And it's way more than this superficial experience that I thought it was going to be. It's a really interesting dissection of marriage and of class and of privilege and of technology and what it really truly means to have a partner in your life. And it's a really great dissection of a psychological experiment gone horribly wrong. It's really phenomenal in some really clever ways, and if you give it a chance, you may just enjoy the fucked up journey that you're about to go on. Who doesn't like a little puss in boots? Yeah, that's what I meant to say. The 4K Blu-ray digital for $22.99. Wow, the spin-off to Shrek is getting the 4K love. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I just never really thought about it really getting the 4K treatment. It's not exactly the most beloved animated flick of all time, but hey, have at it, man. Interesting indeed. And I guess it kind of makes sense, all things considered, because there is a new Puss in Boots movie that's coming out. Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked because this movie came out in what, around like 2011, 2012. So it's been like a little over 10 years and nothing, nada, zippo, zilch. And suddenly out of nowhere, we get another Puss in Boots film. I'm like, okay, jeez. Not that anybody was really asking for it, but sure, why not, man? I mean, the movie is not bad. It's an alright flick, all things considered. I like the Puss in Boots character. I like Antonio Banderas playing it. It's fun. There's a lot of charm to it. I dig it for the most part. The problem is, and this happens with some characters, whether it's animated or live action, when they're in the main series, like Puss in Boots was for Shrek, a little goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little bit of this character, and you really fall in love with him, and you really like it, and then you give the next film a little bit more Puss in Boots, and then you get a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then he gets his own movie, and it kind of loses a little bit of charm after a while, right? That's what kind of happens. You know, sometimes side characters are just good to be side characters. They don't need their own movie. But Puss in Boots was such a popular character, and he was so cute, and people love him with the, you know, the vulnerable eyes. Oh, he's so cute. And they just sort of really melted for him, and I can see why they would want to make it because, you know, people really love the character, they want to make more money, Shrek spin-offs, so it makes sense. It just wasn't really all that great, man. Not nearly as good as some of the Shrek movies, but sometimes that's the thing about spin-offs. They're not always as good as the original. It happens quite a lot, man, and Puss in Boots is yet another example of it. I'm just kind of shocked that it's getting the 4K treatment and there's another movie coming. That's a double punch of a shocker. I ain't gonna lie, man. That really honestly is, dude. I mean, it's an alright animated movie for what it is, but it's not great. It's standard, average at best. But if you like the Shrek series, why not a spin-off, man? I mean, hey, he is one cool-ass cat, so I'll give him that. And voiced by Antonio Banderas, that alone, that's a little bit of cred. Put it that way. Rainbow, Spirit of the Amazon. What the fuck is this? Jeez. The hell is this, man? God, are these like straight to DVD animated movies breeding like rabbits now? Man, I thought they were just limited to Walmart. Now they're coming into Target? Man, they're like a fucking disease. Jesus. Rainbow, Spirit of the Amazon for $15.49. Get ready for a wild adventure. Sure, why the hell not? Okay. Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine, man. This looks weird. Odd as shit, man. Huh. It's from... Oh, it's from Shout. Really? Okay. Man, Target is getting in, like, straight to DVD Shout animated flicks? Alright, now I've seen it all, man. I really have. What is this about? The tale of a young girl determined to save her home in the deepest jungle of the rainforest. One day, Aimbo discovers that her homeland is being threatened and realizes that there are other humans in the world. Oh, shit. There actually is? Fuck, man, I gotta get out more. Oh, man. Using the help of her spirit guides, Dillo the Armadillo and Vecca the Tapir, she embarks on a journey to seek help from the most powerful mother spirit of the Amazon, Turtle Motella Mama. God, I hope I said that right. As she fights to save her paradise against the greed and exploitation of illegal gold mining, she struggles to reverse the destruction and the impending evil of the Yakuruna, the darkest demon that lives in the Amazon. Guided by her mother's spirit, Aimbo resolves to save her and her people before... Jesus Christ, man. My God, is everything in the fucking kitchen sink? There's like spirit guides, there's this ancient evil, dark demons. She's realizing that there's other people in the world. I'm like, my God, man. Jeez, like, she's having one hell of a week. My God, man, she really seriously is, dude. Whoa. Okay. I mean, it might be kind of fun, I guess. Man, it's just a real clusterfuck of a plot synopsis, man. I mean, there's so much shit going on in this movie, man. Where do you start? I mean, my God, man. I mean, kids, you know, there is other people in the world. There is the rainforest. There's dark demons and entities. Yes, animals can talk to you. And, you know, there's, you know, a spirit guiding her through a turtle. Yeah. And I thought, you know, just talking about the birds and the bees were going to be difficult. Man, boy, I got a lot to learn. I really do, man. Oh, whoa. Oh, man. I mean, the animation looks okay. It looks all right. I mean, I don't know if this is really going to, like, pique anybody's interest. I mean, if the two big animated movies this week is Ainbo and Puss in Boots, which one you picking? I mean, I don't love Puss in Boots, but shit, I'll take that pussy over this any day of the week. Jeez, you bet your ass I will. Oh my God, man. I mean, maybe somebody will be suckered into buying this because it's sort of a cool little kid thing. And hey, look, there's weird looking animals in it. Kind of looks maybe like Jungle Book or Lion King or something. Maybe just, you know, not as good. Seriously, not nearly as good as that shit. But hey, for $16 practically, why not waste some time with the kids yet again? Shit, if we can get them by the TV for like an hour and a half, well, that is a miracle. It truly is a miracle indeed. I don't know, man. It looks all right, but it definitely isn't for me, man. It's for the kiddies out there, and good luck to all you parents. It looks fine. Time waster, maybe, but that's probably all it is. Ainbo Spirit of the Amazon. Well, it's time to have that talk with your kids about talking animals and dark demons and turtle spirits. It was going to happen eventually. I mean, you know, you'll have to wait a while for the birds and the bees talk, but I think you got this one in the bag. To protect, to serve, to get the hot chicks, and look badass while doing it. Oh, yes. For Peacemaker. All too easy, baby. All too easy indeed. And the complete first season of Peacemaker, the Blu-ray digital for $29.99. Ah, yes. Good old Peacemaker. Yeah, he isn't the brightest bulb on the planet, but he gets the job done. Oh, indeed he does, man. And I gotta talk about John Cena. I really do, man. And maybe this is a hot take. Maybe. But I like John Cena a hell of a lot more than I like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, man. Dwayne "The motherfucking Rock" Johnson? One badass mofo? But here's the thing about it. With The Rock, and he's obviously the more bigger star, he makes more money, he's doing much more projects, I get it, right? And yet at the same time, I actually think John Cena is the better actor, has the better personality, and has better screen presence than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, man. And look, every role that The Rock does, pretty much 90-some-odd% of the time, he's just playing it the same way. It's no different. I mean, he's not really acting all that much, man. He's just kind of looking badass and raising the eyebrow and saying a few lines. I mean, it gets the job done, don't get me wrong, but I think John Cena has a lot more range, and I really do believe that, man. And I give John Cena a lot of credit because, you know what, it hasn't really been easy for John Cena as an actor coming up because you're always going to kind of be in The Rock's shadow because he's such a big mega movie star now that anybody coming up after him, you're pretty much always going to be compared one way or another to him. And I get it to a certain extent, but I think he's much more than that. I mean, he's had to work his way. I mean, he absolutely has. I mean, whether we're talking about the first Marine movie, which, by the way, that first Marine movie is actually pretty good, all things considered, man. I mean, after the first one, man, it went downhill like a motherfucker fast, dude. But the first Marine is actually really solid. 12 rounds, not bad necessarily. It's an alright little action flick for what it is. I mean, he kept on doing the wrestling thing, which obviously worked out like gangbusters for him, and he's done other projects out there. I mean, he's done the Daddy's Home movies, but he was barely in those flicks. He did Playing with Fire, that sort of cutesy kid firefighter movie, which, yeah, wasn't the greatest flick of all time, man. I mean, I do have to admit, I really liked him in Bumblebee. I thought he was really fantastic in that flick. I really dig him a lot in that one. And I think working with James Gunn now, especially on the Suicide Squad and now Peacemaker, you can really see that he's putting out more of a range as an actor and really showing more emotion and his comedic chops, and he's just not a badass for badass sake doing the action. Even though he can definitely pull it off, there is much more to him. And I think the sort of action comedy realm kind of works for him a little bit. It does. I think it's sort of a comfortable little niche for him, and I think he's been able to be rather successful at it for the most part, man. It's actually worked out quite well, so I do like him in this type of role, man. And, you know, he comes from a long line of wrestlers turned actors, man, whether we're talking about Hulk Hogan or Andre the Giant, hell, Bret the Hitman Hart was doing Lonesome Dove and shit. I mean, there's so many actors that were wrestlers that have in some ways made it big and other points really fell flat on their face, man. And I get it, because in wrestling, if you really think about it, you are acting. You're acting a role, you're playing to the crowd. I mean, it makes sense to want to be an actor. And being a wrestler is not exactly easy, man. You're getting beat the fuck up every single night, man. Your body's taking a fucking pounding as hell. And at a certain point, you think to yourself, fuck, man, I gotta get out of this, man. And acting seems to be at least an option on the table, so why not take it? And I give him a lot of credit for trying. I mean, The Rock is pretty much taken over the industry. He's literally a mega superstar at this point, but I feel like John Cena has made a nice little niche for himself within this interesting action comedy realm. And I think with Peacemaker, he's actually proven that not only can it work for him really well, but he's also able to show a little bit more emotion and a little bit more acting range, and I think he's got the chops to go far, man. I'm not saying that he's going to be an Academy Award-winning fucking actor like, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio or some shit. I mean, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that he has much more of a range than I think we're giving him credit for. And if I had to pick between the better actor, The Rock or Cena, I'm picking Cena, man, hands down. Look, I think that he'll never have the screen presence of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He'll never have the fame like him. But I think in the acting department, he's got it locked down. And with Peacemaker, it really shows. It truly does, man. If he goes forward in his career and does more stuff even better than Peacemaker, honestly, I can see it, because he's just that damn good in this, man. It really shows off a lot of range for him, and it really proves that, yeah, sometimes wrestlers aren't always gonna make the best actors, but if you work hard at it, you can succeed from time to time. And John Cena is proof positive. Ah, yes, love. It's a wonderful, splendid thing. Well, when you can find it. For straight people, it's really tough. For gay folks, geez, it's downright complicated. It truly is. But when you find it, oh, you definitely hold on to it. Oh, that's for damn sure, man. You absolutely do. Now, I have been a fan of romance movies, romantic comedies for a really, really long time, man. That was one of my big bread and butters growing up, man, on VHS. That was a lot of stuff that my mother was taping and I was watching like a mofo. And it's always been the traditional man-woman type of thing, right? And we tend to think that Bros is one of the first ones to really open the door to really showing more of the gay romance side. But there's a lot more movies than you might think there actually is. I mean, there's the really popular ones out there, whether we're talking about Love, Simon, and Love, Simon is absolutely fantastic. That's a really great movie, man. Wonderful love story in that. Really great teen romance. Of course, you have I Love You, Philip Morris, which is really great with Jim Carrey and Ewan McGregor. If you have not seen that, man, watch it. That is a wild, true story. And it is amazing flick. It's funny as hell, man. I love the shit out of that movie. But then again, there is other ones that do take a much more comedic turn, but still equally as entertaining. Whether it's I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, In and Out with Kevin Kline, that is hilarious. I love that movie, man. The Birdcage with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane, come on. That is an absolute comedy classic, dude. I mean, you can even put a little bit of Chasing Amy in there. There's some comedic slapstick moments in that, but it's still really heartfelt and really dramatic at points. And there's some really great dramatic films that really take it in a very serious turn, whether it's My Own Private Idaho with Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix, which is really phenomenal. Even a movie like Jeffrey with Steven Weber and Patrick Stewart, which is a really phenomenal movie if you've ever seen it. It basically takes place in the height of the HIV epidemic, and the idea that this guy really vows to stay celibate because of all of the sickness that's going on, but he really falls in love with this guy who, by the way, is HIV positive, and all the drama with that. It's really a phenomenal movie, man. There's a lot of really great movies out there that really take the gay romance in some really interesting turns. But then again, there's a lot of movies that really sustain the same old stereotypes over and over again, and sometimes even go a little overboard with it, like another gay movie. Eesh, have you seen that shit? Oh my god, man. Damn, that's downright offensive nowadays. Holy shit, man. It's really bad, dude. I mean, they take the stereotypes and they make a full-on, like, parody spoof out of that shit. Damn, dude, it is fucking cringe-worthy as shit, man. I mean, it's really bad, dude. I mean, there is ones that do fare a little bit better with the stereotypes. Like, there's a great movie called The Broken Hearts Club, I think it is. It's a really phenomenal movie, late 90s, early 2000s, with Dean Cain, Zach Braff is in it, Timothy Olyphant. Really phenomenal movie about these gay friends and the ups and downs of their lives and the friendships and the relationships. Really fantastic flick. I watched that back in the day in Cinemax, man. I really did, dude. That's a really good one. But you know, there's all kinds of ones out there. There was even one recently on Hulu called The Happiest Season with Kristen Stewart, which wasn't half bad either. That was pretty decent for what it is. More comedic, but had its dramatic turns as well. I mean, look, there's so many ways that you could tell a gay romantic story. You could go very dramatic, like something in the vein of Call Me By Your Name, which is phenomenal, extremely well acted, great drama and love story, really thrilling, fantastic movie, man. Or you could go a little bit more wackier with something like But I'm a Cheerleader with Natasha Lyonne, and that is such a wild and weird but fun as hell movie, man, about these two chicks that find each other in the most oddest situation, but it's so entertaining. I watched that on Cinemax. It was so great, man. Or you could even watch something like Butch Camp. Oh man, Butch Camp. Good God, man. That one is a wild, weird fucking movie, man. About this feminine guy who wants to be more masculine, so he goes to this sort of like Butch boot camp style class with these other dudes, and he's trying to learn to get more, manly, and then try to be in a relationship with this dude and the complications of that. It's actually a really fun flick, but not one that many people know about, but it is really solid though. But there's so many ways that you could tell these types of stories, and Lord knows Hollywood has gone through the gamut of telling it in so many crazy and wild ways, dude. But I kind of feel like Bros is one of the first times where they really tried to make it extremely relatable to everybody out there, and really tried to make it for a wide audience, and really tried to take the same type of tropes that you've seen in other romantic comedies and put it into more of a gay setting. And I think it really worked out well. The unfortunate thing is nobody really saw it, and that really sucks. But sometimes if you're going for more mainstream, there has to be somebody that's gonna die on the sword, so to speak. And Bros is one of those movies that's gonna have to do that, man. I do think it's one that people are really gonna find in years time, many years, 5, 10, you name it. But for the most part, it tried to hit all the bases. It tried to be relatable for everybody. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe you don't need to be relatable to everybody. Maybe you stick with your niche, and hopefully that serves you well. That's not a bad thing either. It's tough to know how to make the right romantic comedy in these times in 2022, man. It's not easy because there's been so many times romantic comedies have been done. There's so many times that a gay love story has been told, and you know, there's only so many times that you can see these until you kind of get burnt out by them. But Bros sort of reinvents it in a unique and interesting way, which I really appreciated, man. Lord knows there's so many tales out there of love in many forms, and one more ain't half bad. Just saying, man. Bros is pretty damn good, and should definitely be worthy of any romantic comedy lover's time. Can't say all of them are worth it, but Bros, I think it's definitely appointment viewing. Anybody up for the Mile High Club? Me, I am. Doubt it will ever happen, but you know, wishful thinking. The Flight Attendant, the complete seasons 1 and 2 for $29.99. You know what? I've actually heard about this show, but I've never watched it, man. I've heard a lot of good things. People kind of really dig this show, and it's on HBO Max. And oh, by the way, I am subscribed to HBO Max, so I probably better get on that shit. I probably will, man, at some point. Fasten your seatbelts, because it's going to be a bumpy-ass ride, huh? What's this about? Dark comedic thriller based on the novel, huh? Globe-trotting flight attendant with a devil-may-care attitude and a history of binge drinking. Well, that's a wonderful combo. Whose glamorous world is thrown into a tailspin when she wakes up next to a dead man. What? With no idea what happened. Cassie scrambles to put together the pieces of a night in Bangkok. Oh, fucking Bangkok. It's always Bangkok, damn it. Oh, man. I think if we've learned anything from movies and TV shows, man, just stay the fuck away from Bangkok, will ya? My God, man. Nothing good ever comes of it. Oh, leading her to unsettling discoveries and more than a few illegal escapades. Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. Well, season 2 finds Cassie living in her best sober life, moonlighting as a CIA asset. What the fuck? Man, that switched over real fucking quick. When overseas assignment inadvertently leads to her witnessing a murder. What the hell, man? This is some wild shit, dude. Damn, this is based on a novel? Man, I might have to read the novel, dude, if it's that fucking crazy. Whoa. Like I said, I've heard really great things. People have really sort of dug the show. I've heard nothing but praise about it. I have to give this a go, man. I like a good murder mystery thriller with a little sort of comedic bend to it. I do really enjoy that type of stuff, man. So the Flight Attendant does kind of look good to me. I mean, as long as it's on HBO Max, I'm already subscribed to it, so hey, when in Rome, right? Hey, why not? Definitely let me know what you guys think about this. But again, heard nothing but good stuff, so definitely something I gotta look at some point, man. Well, we have the Flight Attendant, complications with that chick. Just stay away from Bangkok, will you, bitch? Seriously. I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. The offer of the DVD for $25.99. I've heard of this, okay? I have not seen a single episode of The Offer, but it is something I'm really intrigued by because I am a huge fucking fan of the Godfather series, man. I love the Godfather series like a motherfucker, man. That is some classic shit, dude. I think this is on, yeah, it's on Paramount Plus, which I'm not subscribed to, and I don't know if I'm going to subscribe to like another one of these services just to watch this, but maybe at some point I will, man. I don't know. It's about the making of The Godfather, all the complications and hilarity and, backstabbing and shit. It's supposed to be one of those sort of like, crazy wild scenarios of how this, mainstream epic classic movie got made. And I've heard mixed results. Like, some people really like this show, and some people were kind of lukewarm on it. I do know that there's a lot of things in this show that are not true. Like, they do some really far out shit that never fucking happened, man, in the making of this movie. Like, none of this shit ever happened, but they had to do it for entertainment purposes to make it more crazy and wild and, keep you on the edge of your seat type stuff, man. And I get it, but at a certain point, you're kind of like, okay, man. I mean, you didn't have to take it this fucking far, dude. I understand. See, it's always with a grain of salt. With these type of ones, the making of a Hollywood classic, there's always going to be stuff in there that is not exactly the most true shit. They have to make up stuff to keep you entertained, man. And this is yet another one of those. But at the same time, everybody has said it's incredibly entertaining. It's fun. The acting is phenomenal. I mean, there's some really great people in here, like Dan Fogarty, Miles Teller. There's some really great people here, man. I would be interested to watch this just as a fan of the Godfather series, to see this sort of wild epic making of adventure, man. That is fun, even though it's not entirely true and there's a lot of made up fluff in this shit. Still, as long as it's entertaining, as long as I'm digging the characters and the story, I tend to go along with that shit. And this is definitely one I'm willing to dive into, man. The Offer, I definitely don't want to refuse. Oh, that's for damn sure, man. Interesting indeed. You gotta let me know how this is. But again, I've heard a lot of good stuff. But do I really want to subscribe to Paramount Plus to just watch this? I don't know, man. All these fucking streaming services and everything to watch. Ay, man, it gets more complicated than making The Godfather. That's for damn sure, man. Oh, man, look at this. Not bad for a good old Target. And hey, even a few copies of Don't Worry Darling have sold as well. People are definitely finding it. I mean, they ought to. Not bad indeed, man. But is there anything else worth checking out? Oh, and indeed there is. Shit, not exactly what I was looking forward to, but we were bound to be struck with more straight to Bruce Willis DVD and Blu-ray gold. Man, you can't sell this shit on the black market to save your life. Hell, you can't even sell this shit on eBay. Oh, with Rogue Detective Night, the Blu-ray digital for, fuck if I know. Oh, man. Hey, geez, maybe there is no price. Maybe they're just trying to give this shit away, and I can't quite say I blame them, man. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Bruce Willis indeed, baby. I watched this on Amazon Prime. Yeah, I did it, man. I torture myself every fucking goddamn time, man. I do. And, I told somebody not too long ago, I was like, man, I'm kind of like a battered housewife at this point. I've been through the good times with Bruce, and I just keep coming back because I'm like, oh, I can't quit you, Bruce. I know you've disappointed me. I know you've let me down, but you'll come through in the end, won't you, Brucey? Won't you, honey? And he just never does, and yet I just haven't learned my fucking lesson, man. Goddamn, dude. I'm a glutton for punishment. I really am. But I figured, hey, why not another one? Could be good, right? Hey? Shit, why not, man? Oh, dude. Basically, Bruce Willis plays this cop, so sort of this hard-edged motherfucker, and there's these people that are doing these dangerous robberies and shootouts, and Bruce Willis' partner gets caught in the crossfire of all this deception and deceit, and Bruce Willis is now wanting to take these motherfuckers down once and for all, man. And all of the crazy complications, the action, the lies, the deception, all that jazz, man. That goes with Rogue Detective Knight, yeah. Oh, man. And I gotta admit to you, this is not a bad movie. I mean, in all seriousness, I've seen so many terrible straight to Bruce Willis DVD shitfests that I kind of didn't mind this one. Now, it's not perfect. There is problems here. The acting is shitty. The plot gets overly complicated at a certain point, and some really stupid character decisions where you're like, really? You're gonna go into a police station with a werewolf mask on Halloween and think you can just get away with that shit? Oh, fuck, he does? Damn, man, the police really are that stupid? Oh, shit, man, they really are, dude. I mean, it kind of gets ridiculous at moments and over the top, and some of the action sequences are okay, but they're not filmed the best. Very close up, you can barely see what's going on. Moments where it is really thrilling, but they just don't do enough with it. And I like the idea of this dirty cop that is starting to get sort of, in some weird way, sort of a heart of gold after all the shit he's done in his past, man. The only problem is, I wish it was somebody that wasn't Bruce Willis, man. That somebody would actually give a shit. Alright, and I get it, man. With the aphasia, and he can't remember his lines, and he's just doing it for a paycheck to get the money. I get it, dude. I understand it. But he just comes off as a wet noodle, man. I mean, he really does, dude. Every time he's on screen, he's just like, yeah, my partner got killed. I'm out for revenge. I want to kill these guys. I want to get those bad guys. I don't care what it takes. And I'm like, damn, man. Bruce, can you show some fucking emotion? Please. I mean, just a tear. Fuck, I'll take anything, man. I mean, even an eyebrow raise. Give me something, brother. Oh, fucking hell, dude. I mean, he is so lukewarm and just limp dick in this movie that I'm like, if there was an actual actor, a lead actor that actually gave a shit and actually was trying, the movie might be even better. It really would be kind of pretty goddamn solid, man. But because it's Bruce Willis and he's just not really even giving a shit, you're just kind of like, dude, man, this is some mundane crap, because Bruce Willis is just not really even giving a damn in this bitch. And if it was somebody better, shit, man, I'll fucking take Seagal, dude. I'll take fucking Van Damme, Emil Hirsch, somebody, man, with some fucking emotion, dude. Jeez, man, he's like a fucking robot. At some point, I thought in the movie they were going to reveal, well, we made him out of parts from the past so he could come back to the future. And I'm like, oh, he's a robot? Like, I thought, oh, that's the fucking reveal? I'm like, oh, dun, dun, dun. Like, what the fucking twist that would be, dude. At least it would explain some shit, man. God damn. But it is not bad overall, man. There are some thrilling moments. There are some intense scenes. I like some of the shootouts at times. Some really good, like, a mano, like, bad guy versus cop dialogue and shit. you know, some stare downs and beat downs and whatnot. I mean, it's not a perfect movie, but as far as like straight to DVD Bruce Willis flicks go, it's actually pretty solid. And that's crazy to say that, man. It ain't half bad. It's not necessarily good, but it's way better than some of the shitfests I've seen as of late. And I guess in some ways that's high praise. Ah, sure, whatever. The thing about it, though, is that this is film 1 of 3. I'm not even fucking joking you, man. This is a trilogy. So, in the future, you will see more of Rogue. You will see more of Bruce Willis as the dirty cop, man. I'm dead serious. I wasn't even realizing that this was a fucking trilogy until, like, I was looking on IMDb and I'm like, oh my god, there's 2 other films? Ah, shit. Oh, man. I've watched the first film, so you know I gotta watch the other shit. You know I gotta do it. Oh man, what did I get myself into, brother? Look, I'm just hoping that the other ones are just kind of okay, at least somewhat on the same par as this. Please, oh God, please. God, I need some good Bruce Willis shit. I really do, man. I am just so bummed out about watching these Bruce Willis flicks, man. God, they're depressing me like a motherfucker. And knowing that I gotta watch 2 more of these movies with Monday and Bruce Willis, oh man, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind at some point. I really am. It ain't perfect. It ain't good. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. This is what Bruce Willis is now. And God help us all. Dun 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 dun. Who you gonna call? Ghost season 1. Boo doo 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 doo. Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring as Ghostbusters for some reason. It really doesn't. The Blu-ray digital of Ghost and the DVD for $19.99 and $14.99. Not bad. I gotta admit though, I've never actually heard of this show. I'm serious. Oh, it's from CBS. Oh, and it's on Paramount Plus. Great. Okay, 2 things that I don't watch. Great, wonderful. Just what I'm looking forward to, man. You know, it's interesting because I don't have cable anymore, man. I got rid of that shit a long time ago when I cut the cord. And, you know, back in the day, I was watching a lot of stuff on NBC and ABC, Fox. But one of the channels I wasn't really watching a lot on was CBS. You know, they had the CSIs and they had, you know, all those procedural shows and cop stuff. And I never really got into it. I mean, the only one that I was kind of interested in a long time ago was probably like How I Met Your Mother or something like that. But, I mean, I didn't really watch much of that show either. But a lot of the stuff on CBS never really ultimately interested me. Never really did, dude. I don't know. I just never got into a lot of that stuff. And now, since I don't have cable anymore, pretty much a lot of this shit is passing me by. So I'm finding a lot of stuff now on DVD and Blu-ray. I'm like, oh, this show? Okay. Fine, whatever. What is this about, man? Freelance writer Samantha and aspiring chef Jay throw both caution and money to the wind to leave New York City and convert a rundown country estate they inherited into a bed and breakfast. Nice. Only to find out that it's inhabited by a close-knit, eclectic group of spirits of deceased former residents. Ooh. Yeah, that kind of puts a damper on things, don't it? Adding to the supernatural surprises, Samantha discovers that she can see and hear ghosts everywhere. Oh, shit. She's also a ghost whisperer. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Including those with whom she now shares a home. Old school haunting and oddball humor fuel this sharp-witted, quirky comedy series that gives new meaning to the real estate phrase, "It's got great bones." Okay. Interesting, man. So this is like a series, and every episode she interacts with new ghosts of like deceased people. All right. That's kind of unique, interesting. Okay, so it kind of takes sort of like the idea of like the ghost whisperer stuff from that show that was actually on CBS, I think it was, and almost like this like haunting house type of movie, and sort of merges it together into like a quirky comedy. Okay. All right, dude. I don't know, man. It kind of looks fun, interesting, unique, something oddball, but yet kind of entertaining, or has the potential to be entertaining. Oh, it could be interesting. At least it kind of looks that way, man. I mean, you can't really go too scary because it's CBS. You can't do a lot of blood or gore or any sort of really hard-hitting horror aspects to this with like the dead people because, again, it's cable television, especially like 3, 5, 9, that type of shit. I mean, there's not many times that you can really do that. You can kind of push the envelope a little bit nowadays, especially after stuff like The Walking Dead. But again, if you're really doing network television, yeah, you don't want to gross out your audience either. This is supposed to be a quirky comedy after all, you know what I'm saying, man? So it kind of looks fun and unique and interesting, and it has at least a premise that I'm intrigued by. I don't know, it looks at least entertaining at the bare minimum. And for cable television at times, well, that's a plus, because sometimes, let's be honest, a lot of the mundane shit that you see on like NBC and CBS and ABC is just the same sort of cop procedural doctor nurse crap that you've seen over and over again. So something a little different and outside the box, that I can definitely dig, man. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this, but definitely at least looks like something worth exploring. That's for damn sure, man. Not bad. Ooh, very interesting indeed. TV love. Oh, who was asking for it, but Bruce Willis love. And all the physical media in between. Not too shabby, baby. Not too shabby at all. Pretty solid for good old Tarjay. Definitely digging it this week. Let's head out. Now that's much better. Oh, much better indeed. A hell of a lot more variety, more great movie love to check out. Well, Bruce Willis, straight to DVD shit aside, it wasn't half bad, man. Much, much better, as we have always gotten used to with good old Tarjay, man. Even when physical media seems weak, even when physical media seems hopelessly desperate, Target pulls us through. Oh, indeed they do. And yet again, they do it this week as well. You got to give them their due diligence. They're pretty damn solid. Maybe not every week, but 9 out of 10 times, the doctors do recommend it. Oh, indeed, you bet your ass they do, man. Not half bad, but the physical media love this week could have been a wee bit better, I suppose, but I'm always reaching for the moon and the stars, and not every story is able to reach it, but Target does pretty well most of the time. Oh, it does, and always makes me a very happy physical media boy, and I know it does for you as well. Not too shabby here, a good old Tarjay, but hopefully there's more physical media movie love to check out, so how about we go and actually do it?
All right, everybody, we are at our third location, the second Walmart. I'm going to go in and check out if there's any interesting indie titles worth showing off. If there is, well, I'll bring it back to Film Fan 108 HQ and show it off to each and every one of you. But before I do that, I got to talk about a trailer with you guys. Now look, the war on drugs is real. You got to worry about drug dealers and drug addicts, but especially you have to worry about cocaine bears. Wait a minute. Really? Oh shit, that's a thing now? Oh fuck. In Cocaine Bear, coming out the end of February 2023. Holy shit, this is real. And I am so thankful for shit like this, man. Oh my god, man. I am so thankful I live in a world where Cocaine Bear exists, man. Oh my lord, do I. Look, I had no idea about this movie, and then hearing that it's somewhat inspired by a true story. Now, here's the difference. Based on a true story is more accurate. Inspired by a true story is more of like, well, we cherry pick from this and we cherry pick from that, and we kind of hodgepodge it together. I'm pretty positive that there was never an actual bear on cocaine, or God, hope there wasn't, man, because if that was real, shit, man, I ain't never going in the fucking woods ever again. I don't care what y'all say. Holy shit. That's for damn sure, man. Wow. Okay, man. This trailer is all kinds of wild and crazy, and I just fucking love it, man. God, I love this shit, dude. I mean, basically, the premise is very simple. There's these drug runners on a plane. The drugs end up getting taken off of the plane while it's in the air, drops down in the woods. Bear ends up taking some of the cocaine by accident, and suddenly it's hopped on drugs. Its brain is all fucking messed up, and dude, it's just going on a fucking tear and just killing every motherfucker it can find, especially if they got cocaine on them. Oh man, it is so great. It's so great, man, because you know, you could have made this into this really intense thriller, and I think you could have made it work, but I like what they're doing with this. The fact that they're making it more of a horror comedy. Because the premise is simple, yes, but it's so fucking ridiculous that a bear is hopped up on cocaine and just going on a killing spree. I mean, it's just crazy wild shit. It is, man. And you could tell that they're just having fun with this premise and doing all the crazy kills and all the crazy wild comedy that you can get out of a bear literally hooked on cocaine. Oh, man. And you thought Scarface was bad. Shit, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, man. It just looks infectiously fun and entertaining and wild and hilarious. And I'm on board, man. Carrie Russell looks like she's having a great time here. Fucking dude, like, there's some other really great actors here that I really love, and I'm like, my God, man, I can't believe they're in here. People from like Instagram, comedians that I know from the past. Hell, man, we even got Ray Liotta in this bitch. Damn, dude. I didn't know that Ray Liotta had done this before he had passed away, man. This is awesome. Like, that's really cool that he's going to be in this movie, man. This is going to be great. I just think it looks incredibly just crazy and out there and weird. And the fact that a major studio is putting this shit out in movie theaters, man. Universal. That's fucking insane to me, man. Like, this shit usually in the past would go straight to DVD, Blu-ray, stuff like that. But now, suddenly, we're getting some crazy wild shit in the movie theaters, man. A lot of crazy weird horror. You have things like that Grinch horror flick that's coming out, or Violent Night. And just these studios are just putting these weird movies out there because they're actually making money, man. People want to see this shit. All right? And I'm so thankful for that, dude. It's just crazy to think that we live in a world where it's going to be in the movie theaters where you can actually watch a killer bear hopped up on cocaine. Man, I'm so glad I live in this world, man. I'm so glad I do, dude. You have no idea, man. It just looks fucking fun and fucking entertaining. And I'm on board with this thing in a big bad way. I truly am, dude. And it's just something that's right up my alley. I don't know whether it's going to be good or going to be bad, but man, my ass is going to be in the movie theater watching this shit. You can guarantee that, man. I mean, yeah, the CGI with the bear is a little here and there, and maybe not all the comedy will work, but the fact that this thing is out there, the fact that they made it, I mean, that's something literally to celebrate. It really honestly is, man. It just looks incredibly fun and humorous, and hopefully the kills are really good, and hopefully I walk out of the movie theater being really satisfied because, man, we have had some wild films come out even this year alone, and the fact that more studios are taking chances now, and we're getting some really weird offerings in the movie theater, it just goes to show that, you know, as long as shit sells, people are willing to make it. And if this sells, oh, I can't wait to see what's next. Oh, I can indeed, man. It looks so good. Oh my God, man. I'm going to have one big ass smile on my face in the movie theater watching this shit. I truly will. And hope you will as well, man. Definitely let me know what you think about this. I am dying to know, dude. But in the meantime, well, there is physical media out there. Hey, Walmart proves it, so does Target. But what about the second Walmart? Well, how about we go in and check it out?
All right, everybody, in at the good old second Walmart, and physical media hasn't been half bad this week, here and there, but since I'm on my adventures anyway, I figure, well, I might as well stop in to check out a little bit of indie oddities, if you know what I mean. It's good for the soul. It's good for the sanity. Trust me, I ought to know. Oh, I ought to know indeed, man. So, do we have it? Do we have the indie oddities? Do we have the weirdness? Do we have the madness, the bizarro? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, no, not really. I'm serious, man. They are bare as hell in this bitch. Seriously. Mother's Hubbard covered like a motherfucker, and it is really embarrassing, man. I don't know where the physical media is. I don't know if it's not here. I don't know if it's on the truck. I don't know if it's up their ass, but wherever it is, it's certainly not on the store shelves, and that is a goddamn shame, man. It truly, honestly is. So, yet another week of no indie oddities, no indie weirdness, and it really makes me empty in my heart. It really does, and I know it does for you as well. I'm trying, but this store ain't providing, and that's a fucking shame indeed. But hey, maybe next week. I'm a hopeful optimist, so maybe so. But until then, I guess there's nothing worth showing off here, but maybe next time. Let's hope.
All right, everybody. We are at our fourth and final location, and oh, the trials and tribulations of a good old physical media movie hunter. Sometimes you hit it big, and sometimes you strike out a little bit. It happens from time to time. However, sometimes all it takes is a good old bookstore to remind you why physical media is just as important about staying diligent on the hunt. Really? Well, shit, I'll take what I can get. Oh, indeed I will. So you definitely know where we are at when we are going back into none other than Barnes and Nobles, baby. Back in yet again for hopefully more movie loving hijinks. Well, let's hope indeed, guys. You never quite know with Barnes and Nobles, but they've been pretty good to us as of late. So let's hope they can do it yet again. How about we go in, check it out.
Ah, yes, we are back in at the good old B&N. Hopefully for the physical media love. And we at least found one thing we're showing off right away, baby, and that is none other than Don't Worry, Darling, the Blu-ray, a DVD digital for none other than, wow, $34.99. Okay. Hey, you know, if you really want, you know, to get away from life, $35 doesn't seem half bad. It doesn't indeed, man. Oh, very interesting, man. Okay, so look, misdirection in cinema is nothing new, right? The idea that you think you're in one environment, but it's a totally different thing altogether. And oh, by the way, dun dun dun, we fooled you. It's actually this instead. What? I didn't know. You got me again. Oh, you did indeed, man. You know, look, whether we're talking about The Truman Show with Jim Carrey, or we're talking about even something newer horror like Cabin in the Woods, let's say, that I would even say something like The Village, M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, not really all that good, but yes, it is an example. All right. I mean, you even look at something like Stepford Wives. It definitely has a huge influence on this movie as well, man. Of course, you talk about Get Out and a lot of other stuff. Twists and turns in cinema, misdirection is all part of the game to trick the audience into believing one thing and then flipping the tables on them and showing what's really going on. And I think Don't Worry, Darling does it really fantastically. I mean, mind you, you have so many ideas of what it could be. And then when it finally is revealed for what it actually is, you know, sometimes the reveals are a little disappointing. You know, I go back to M. Night Shyamalan. I go back to things like The Happening or Lady in the Water, The Village. Movies like those where the reveals were kind of lackluster, right? I mean, they're nothing like the whole thing with Bruce Willis. Oh my God. He was dead the whole time? Yeah, that Sixth Sense one, man, threw everybody for a fucking loop, dude. Still to this day, man, it's pretty goddamn powerful for what it is, man. I mean, there's some really great ones out there that I've really loved. Yes, Sixth Sense is one of them, but it's not the only one. There's many ones out there that are really fantastic. I mean, you know, look, at the end of the day, I think these type of movies depend, yes, on the acting, yes, on the believability, but also whether or not you can pull off the trick of actually the reveal being satisfying. Because there's a part of me that feels like when watching a movie like this, the journey is definitely worth it, right? You want the journey to be great, you want the story to be engaging, you want the characters to be likable and relatable, all that jazz, right? But there's another part of me that says, man, if the reveal sucks, that kind of kills 90% of the fucking movie, dude. And maybe I'm alone, maybe I'm like weird like that, dude. Maybe I am, but I don't think I am. I really do feel that the twists and the turns really do sell a movie at the end of the day. You either leave a movie theater or, turn off your Blu-ray or DVD, 4K player, either really satisfied what ended up happening in the movie, or you're really bummed out. You're like, well, it was a good movie, but... And the good thing about Don't Worry Darling is that there is never that, well, but you end up leaving really satisfying and intrigued by the ideas and intrigued by the reveal. And I was really appreciative of that. I mean, look, dude, like I said earlier, I thought it was fucking aliens. Alright, I thought it was aliens, man. So, I go to the most, like, basic fucking reveals of all time. But it was so much more satisfying than that. So great. And do I think it's up there in the pantheon of, like, reveals of all time? Like, oh, man, I didn't see this shit coming. I don't know about that, but what I will say is that it's still really satisfying, and you feel like you didn't waste your time watching the movie, which I think is equally as important. So there is that, man. But look, screw the controversy, screw all the who slept with who and who got fired and all the lame-ass excuses and the drama bullshit. Fuck all that, man, because the movie is way better than all of that shit, and the performances alone are worth it. And Florence Pugh, look, I'm gonna be honest, I really started to love Florence Pugh as an actress, whether it's the stuff she's doing with Marvel, Midsummer, which is fucking wild. She is a really solid actress, man, and she really puts her all into this movie, and it really shows. There was all this articles and everything about, well, she didn't get along with Olivia Wilde, the director, and they were fighting and arguing constantly. When I watch the movie, I don't see any of that shit. I see that Olivia Wilde really did her job as a director, Florence Pugh really did her job as an actress, and the movie works really well. So sometimes, even though a movie is controversial, even though there's a lot of drama on the set, sometimes it all gets washed away, because once you see the movie, you realize, who cares about all that shit? It ended up working out in the end. So I think at the end of the day, with a movie like this, the controversy is going to go to the wayside eventually, and no one's going to remember it. They're just going to remember the movie itself, because it really is that good, man. It's very psychological, it's very mysterious, and it really does pay off. I can't say every movie reveal pays off. Trust me, M. Night Shyamalan does prove the theory wrong. But that being said, hey, this one gets it right, and damn glad for it. I truly am, dude. I mean, you do get the making of Don't Worry Darling, which I doubt they go into any of the fucking controversies, bro. I mean, they also have deleted Cena as well. I mean, they don't have a lot of stuff. They don't have commentary or anything like that, but a few special features, ain't half bad, man. Look, this is a solid film. I was going into this film expecting it to kind of be a dumpster fire and lame, but I was so pleasantly surprised, man. It intrigues you, and it leaves you really thinking. And the best films out there really do that in the best ways possible. And Don't Worry Darling definitely gets the brain thinking in a big bad way. And I'm so glad for it. And who's up for a little bit of criminal activity with Emily the Criminal? Yes, look at this, baby. Nice. Good old Beaning coming through with some new, interesting physical media love. This one is interesting indeed. I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, man. And basically, it's about Aubrey Plaza, Emily, and she's desperately wanting to try to find a job, man, so badly. She has a lot of experience, but no one's hiring, and she's just stuck in this dead-end job that she fucking hates. And they offer her this opportunity to deal with stolen credit cards and buying goods with them and making a lot of money on the back end, and hard to resist when you're making shit. At like a dead-end job, like, a fucking McDonald's or a Wendy's, some fast food crap, So she ends up basically taking it and going with it. I mean, she's nervous as fuck, but what the hell, she'll try, man. And she's seduced by the money, she's seduced by the thrills and the danger of it, and this one guy who she's really gotten to know, who is this mastermind of the whole thing, and she's just in way too deep, and she's in way over her head, man, and all the crazy complications that go with it. I gotta admit, I really did enjoy the movie. There's a lot of great thrilling moments on the edge of your seat, wondering what's going to happen. How is she going to get out of all of this shit that she's just put herself through? It's a good little movie, actually. It's not the best. I mean, it is a little bit predictable, and, there are some moments where characters have to make really stupid decisions in order for the danger to really happen, which sort of undercuts it a bit. But that being said, though, the thing that makes this movie as good as it is Aubrey Plaza. Man, Aubrey Plaza is amazing in this fucking movie, man. She's fucking awesome here. I think it's the best, or at least one of the best works she's ever done, man. She's incredibly dramatic here. I think it's the most dramatic work she's ever done. And look, I do like Aubrey Plaza. She's a little weird. Quirky, maybe is the better word. I don't know, man. But she's done more comedic stuff than anything else. Parks and Recreation, obviously, and I think it was Dirty Grandpa, it might have been. Yeah, I think it was Dirty Grandpa with, like, De Niro, which he was good in, but it was all comedy stuff, man, at the end of the day. I mean, she's done other stuff I like Life After Beth, which is a horror comedy, but she does really good in it, playing the undead chick. She's great in that, man. The Little Hours, where she plays a really naughty nun. That is such a great movie, man. Very dark and twisted, but really, really well done, man. And funny as hell. But I think one of my other favorites of hers has to be Ingrid Goes West. Man, that fucking movie, dude. I saw that in a movie theater, and yes, it's supposed to be a comedy, but it's really dark, man, and it's some creepy shit where she's following this sort of social media star actress, and she's just trying to get into her life and everything, and it is just really eerie and disturbing and just like crazy stalker mentality vibes in that motherfucker. I mean, Aubrey Plaza pulls it off, and you could believe this chick would stalk somebody in a heartbeat, man. But it was a comedy, but I'm like, I didn't see it. I mean, it's good though, but it ain't no comedy, put it that way, man. But look, she's delved more into the comedic realm. She's good at it. She's mastered it. It's nice to see her do other things and try to branch out more and be more dramatic and do more, serious actress type of work. I mean, because as an actress, let's be real, man, you only have a certain amount of time to break through the industry. There is an expiration date. And even when you break into the industry, there's only so long you have until you can really establish yourself and be like, okay, well, that's the comedy check now. And then you have to reinvent yourself all over again to try to make a better name for yourself. And this is where Aubrey Plaza is in her career at this point. She's played the comedic chick. She's done a bunch of those roles. She's the comedy girl. And now she's trying to get out of being just the quirky comedy chick. And at least I appreciate her trying, man. I mean, the movie has its faults, stupid character decisions. And yeah, maybe it goes on for a little bit too long past its expiration date at times. But that being said, I think the performances really carry this, and Aubrey Plaza is number one in that department, man. People are talking about this movie because of Aubrey Plaza, and deservedly so. She's that damn good in the movie. She lifts this movie up from being something rather generic to being something pretty damn good. Give Aubrey Plaza credit. I didn't think she had it in her, but there we go. Just goes to prove that never underestimate somebody, because you never know what kind of rabbit they'll pull out of their hat. Oh, that's for damn sure, man. Emily the Criminal, yeah, I can dig it. Lies, deception, conspiracies. Just another day in Westworld. Oh, just another day indeed. The Blu-ray digital of Westworld Season 4. For $40, actually that's not bad, to be fair, man. Usually Barnes & Nobles is expensive like a mofo, but $40 for, crazy, weird, robotic, conspiracy, sentient life madness? Yeah, I can dig it. Indeed I can, man. Yes, finally season 4. Actually, to be fair, it is the final season. Yeah, doesn't really say it on here. Probably because by the time they made the decision, they were already printing these motherfuckers, so can't go back now, man. Yes, indeed. They canceled Westworld. Seriously. That's fucking wild to me, man. They had one more season to go. One more fucking season, man. And they promised the fans, oh, we're not going to cancel it. We'll get another season. We'll do season 5. We'll finish it off right. Yeah, dude. Never trust when Hollywood tells you something like that, dude. Usually when they do, they're full of shit. And this is definitely the case. Oh, man. Look, I've never seen a single episode of Westworld. Seriously, I never have, man. I don't know, because I had kind of heard people say mixed things about Westworld. Some people really enjoyed it. Some people were kind of on the fence with it. Or they liked it, but then season 2 or season 3 wasn't as good, and they kind of bounced and left. And so I've heard some good stuff. Some people really liked it, and then they kind of taper it off after a while. But they did say that if you've stuck around, it does pay off. That some really great storylines and characters and moments that were kind of slow going kind of pick up the pace after a while. Maybe I have to dive into it now, considering that it's officially done, it's over with, it ain't happening no more. So maybe I should actually now. I mean, you got great actors in here. I mean, you got Evan Rachel Wood, you got Tandy Newton, Tessa Thompson, Jeffrey Wright. You got a shitload of people, Aaron Paul. I mean, you got a lot of great actors in this thing, so it can't be that bad, right? And it is HBO, and HBO, for the most part, is good quality television. Not always, but for the most part, 85, 90% of the time, yeah, they're pretty damn solid, not gonna lie, man. Interesting indeed. It is fascinating to me, though, and I've always been intrigued by it. The idea of robotic life and of what it means to be human, what it means to have feelings and emotions, and, if you're a human, are you really the peak of modern perfection necessarily? Just because you're human and have feelings, does that make you better than the actual robots themselves? Don't they have feelings and emotions potentially? I mean, that type of stuff, those storylines I've loved, and stuff like Blade Runner, which has been amazing, Terminator, of course. I mean, they've even explored it in Star Trek with Data and Seven of Nine. I mean, they've done that stuff before. So I've always loved that type of storyline. I mean, yes, you gotta go dark, and you gotta go, a little bit more action and conspiracy theory and twist and turny, and you gotta do that stuff to keep the audience engaged and keep them coming back for more. But I like the concept. And I've heard Westworld does it pretty well for the most part, though. I mean, mind you, this is so far removed from that original movie, man, way back in the day. So fucking far removed from it now, man. So it's not even recognizable to that shit. But, with a lot of these older properties, you kind of start out trying to emulate the original stuff, and then you sort of try to do your own thing after a while and spin it off into something more unique and more crazier and more original, outside the box, so to speak. And Westworld has definitely done that. So I give them credit for trying their hardest to make something really unique and interesting. We're in an age in modern television where, man, some crazy wild ideas and some amazing shows out there that are really doing some fantastic work. So it's hard to break through necessarily. And Westworld has done that. So I give them a lot of credit for what it's worth. Unfortunately, you're not going to ever see what the actual ending is. You're never going to know what the resolution was supposed to be because, well, HBO nixed that shit real quick. They did. And you know, the fucked up thing about it, actually, the thing that really is messed up about this whole thing is the fact that they still had to pay the actors. No shit, man. Like, all of those actors who were signed on for season 5, they still get paid. Yeah. They all got their money at the end of the day. Even though they canceled the show, they had this like pay for play sort of thing. The fact that, you know, in their contract, if the show went forward, they were going to get paid. If the show didn't go forward, they were going to get paid regardless anyways. So why not just make the fucking show? If you had to pay off the actors and pay them millions of fucking dollars, isn't it worth to just finish the damn thing anyways? You'd think, but fuck it, man. I don't know how they make these goddamn decisions, but they do. So I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad. If you're a huge fan of Westworld and you wanted to see it end, well, you're shit out of luck, man. Trust me, I've been there. Have been certain TV shows that I have loved that has went the way of the dinosaur simply because it didn't get the ratings or actors weren't coming back, you name it, and it fucking pissed me off, dude. It happens way more than we like to think it does, and this is yet another example of it. Goddamn shame. It would have been nice to see it finish off in the right way, but regardless, you get 4 seasons of crazy robot conspiracy goodness, and that ain't half bad, man. Not half bad indeed. I mean, you do get some special features, exclusive featurettes, Westworld on the road, creating Westworld's reality. I mean, some cool features here and there. I'll be very interested to see where this show goes in the pantheon of history. Is it really going to be remembered? Is it going to be one of those where people are like, oh man, it's a real damn shame it never finished? Or good to sort of cut the axe on it a little bit? I wonder what you guys think about this. Was it all worth it in the end? Did you really like it? Or was it kind of long in the tooth and maybe it's best to sort of lay it to rest now instead of have it die a slow and agonizing death? What do you guys think? Definitely let me know for sure, man. Regardless, Westworld is good, Robot Conspiracy is cool, and another one in a long line of them ain't half bad. Do you really want to taste it? We're going up and let's go there. You really want to taste it? Oh, yeah, I do, baby, because I love that Peacemaker love. You bet your ass I do. The Blu-ray digital of Peacemaker Season 1 for $30.99. Not bad, all things considered. I mean, seriously, for all that sarcastic asshole prick hero goodness, why the hell not, man? And I gotta give James Gunn a hell of a lot of credit, man. I gotta give him so much props because, like I said earlier on, when I heard that they were making a show about Peacemaker, I was like, wait a minute, dude. That asshole? That prick? That dickhead? Like, that dude? This unsympathetic motherfucker? Like, seriously? What the hell is James Gunn thinking, man? But, you know, I should never doubt James Gunn, man. I should never do it because the guy continues to surprise me over and over and over again. And he is one of my favorite modern filmmakers that is really going strong still to this day, man. And, you know, it's a goddamn shame that the Suicide Squad wasn't nearly as successful as it should have been because, man, that was such a wild and hilarious experience that I just loved watching every single second of it. But I don't think that was James Gunn's fault. Suicide Squad was so terrible that it sort of, you know, carried its stink over to the Suicide Squad. And the DC universe is so all over the place and messed up that I think people just weren't really feeling it. But I do feel that it's one that people have found and loved and really cherished. And now the same thing with Peacemaker, man. People dig the fuck out of this show, and I don't blame them because so do I. I really, really love this shit, man. And you gotta understand James Gunn's sensibility, so to speak. I mean, this guy comes from trauma, okay? He comes from the old school Lloyd Kaufman way of filmmaking. And, you know, it isn't always pretty, it isn't always easy, you know, but you get the job done regardless, man, and you do some wacky shit in the process. You really do. I mean, this guy wrote Tromeo and Juliet, and if you've ever seen that, man, that's some wild shit, dude. It truly is. But then again, he wrote the Scooby-Doo movies, and he wrote the remake to Dawn of the Dead. So, I mean, he's a very interesting writer and can do different types of genres, and filmmaker-wise, I love Slither. God damn, do I love Slither, man. That is such a really great fucking movie, dude. I mean, he's brilliant in his approach to horror comedy. He's so good, man. And come on, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are the shit. They're great as well. So when I heard that he was taking over DC, at first I was a little apprehensive. I'm like, James Gunn taking over the DC Universe world? Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Superman, Batman. I'm like, he's gonna do this? But then I thought to myself, you know what? We need somebody outside the box. We need somebody who's not this corporate entity asshole that's just going to do what everybody else does. I want somebody that's going to have their own mind and their own creativity and bring their own spin to this. That's what I'm really looking for, man. And James Gunn is that guy. And Peacemaker proves it. I mean, it really does. Peacemaker is unique and interesting and outside the box of what you would normally think a superhero DC show should be. And it's all thanks to James Gunn and his creativity and his filmmaking sensibilities. And I'm willing to go with this. I really am, man. I'm willing to go with where James Gunn is going to take the DC universe. And we really need a Kevin Feige type personality to really spearhead the DCEU going forward. We really do, man, because it's all over the place and it's not making a lick of sense, and there's so many different universes and so many different Batmans and so many different Supermans and Jokers, and there's just not a consensus with DC at this point. And when I think of DC, I just think of it as a complete and utter mess. And no matter what James Gunn does, you can never say that it's dull. You can never say that it's uninteresting. It's always unique, it's always quirky, and you're always intrigued by it, one way or another. And so here's to hoping that James Gunn really brings a lot of fresh new ideas and fresh new takes to the DC universe, because it desperately needs it, man. And if it's anything like the Suicide Squad or Peacemaker, then dude, sign me the fuck up. Seriously, man, because if it's as good and as crazy and as wild as this, then man, I can't wait to see where he takes all of these characters and all of these stories, because man, the one thing you could say about James Gunn is he is one unpredictable motherfucker. He truly is, and damn thankful for it, man. Oh, damn thankful indeed, man. I mean, you get a few featurettes, gag reel, bad daddy issues. Damn right. Making the world safe for violence. I mean, there's some good special features here, but honestly, guys, this was such an unexpected joy to watch. I was cheering for the characters. I was rooting for the blood and gore. I was laughing hysterically. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Like, they went to some really great territory with this show that I just never thought was possible. And it's all due to James Gunn's mind, his creativity. And to see him going forward as the head of DC, Oh, I'm looking forward to all the hijinks that are yet to come. Oh, they do have Ghost Season 1. Nice. It still looks kind of intriguing to me, so, I don't have cable, but I don't know. Maybe somebody can tape it for me? Maybe indeed. I don't know. Looks interesting for what it's worth, man. They have that and young Sheldon. Man, can somebody tell me when this kid is actually going to start looking like Jim Parsons? I mean, seriously, what the fuck, man? I mean, damn, dude, how old is this kid now? He's not even close to looking like him. I don't even see the resemblance at this point. Good God, man. I don't know. I've never seen a single episode of Young Sheldon. We're in the 5th season. I have no interest in it whatsoever. I didn't even like the original show. It was okay. It kind of helped geek culture, but kind of hurt it at the same time. I don't know. Young Sheldon is just not really my jam, dude. But I know people really love it. It's very well loved. Just not my thing. Put it that way. That is what it is, man. Interesting. Young Sheldon love. Of course, Peacemaker goodness, Westworld, and so much more. Not half bad. But maybe there's more to check out. Indeed, there is. Of course, there always is. When we're dealing with the Criterion Collection, baby. Oh, indeed, because new ones came out. Like Malcolm X. Yes. Wow, man. It's nice to see a little bit of Denzel Washington love getting more Criterion goodness, isn't it? Oh, yes. Wow, man, Malcolm X. I have not seen this movie in so fucking long, man. I mean, they've got the Blu-ray, and by the way, they have the 4K Blu-ray as well, which comes in a little bit more heftier packaging. Not bad indeed, man. You know, it's a really great movie. Even though it's been so long since I've watched it, it definitely leaves an impression on you. I mean, the Malcolm X story alone is incredibly powerful, incredibly dramatic, and the way Spike Lee tells it is so sprawling and engaging and thrilling. It's amazing, and the performances are fantastic. I mean, Denzel Washington is amazing here, no doubt, but Delroy Lindo, Angela Bassett, I mean, come on, man. That is some heavy hitters for actors, and it's a heavy hitting story. It's over 3 hours long, though. It's a long fucking movie, dude. It is wildly long. But yet, you know, I don't mind long movies. I don't mind 3-hour movies as long as they're engaging enough. You know what I mean? Like, some movies are so fucking boring, you can't even sit there for an hour and a half. But if the director is telling a very unique story with interesting characters and you're engaged in what is being told on screen, then I think you're willing to go with it. And Malcolm X was one that, even when I was younger and my attention span wasn't as good as what it is now, I still really sat there and was fully engaged with what I was watching and really loved it all. It's a great movie. It's a great signature role for Denzel Washington, and he executes it amazingly. He truly does. One of the best Spike Lee movies, no doubt. And so glad that it's getting the Criterion love, baby. Look at that. Great. Look at the special features, man. Ton of stuff, dude. Very well deserved. No doubt about that. Extremely well deserved. As is Shocker of a Lifetime with Wall-E. Yes. Oh man, yes, Wall-E got the Criterion goodness, the 4K Blu-ray. Look at this, very sweet. Oh, nice, man. You know what? I am shocked. I was stunned when Criterion ended up announcing that they were doing Wall-E on their Criterion label. I was like, hold on a second, Disney? I was like, wait a minute. They licensed from Disney? Like, practically no one ever licensed from Disney, man. Like, they release this stuff sparingly, and then they put it back in the vault, and years later, they put out another special edition, and they put the shit back in the vault, and so on and so forth, man. And I'm like, Criterion was able to get this And that amazes me. I think it amazed everybody. I don't know what it means, though. I mean, does it mean they're going to release more Disney films on Criterion? Or is this just a complete one-off? Like, I have no idea, man. I'm just amazed the fact that they were even able to accomplish this. And the movie's great. I mean, I love Wall-E. The robot is cute. I like the love story, the space stuff. It's really fun, really entertaining. It's not the most classic Disney of all time, but as far as modern day animated Disney Pixar movies, it's really fucking solid, man. It's really great. It's really well done, man. The music and the voice acting and the animation, everything is rock solid, dude. And just the fact that this got Criterion love alone is like a fucking miracle, dude. It really seriously is. As I said, I don't know what this means ultimately for Criterion. Does it mean that they have a deal now with Disney? I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see, but just alone, the fact that they released this out of the clutches of Disney is shocking and amazes the hell out of me. So, you know what, man? I give Criterion a lot of credit because I don't think many people are going to be able to accomplish what Criterion did to at least release one out of God knows how many films that Disney has onto another boutique label. That is nuts, man. So live it up while it's here because God knows how long that's going to last. I'm just serious, man, because you never quite know with Disney these days. Just saying, man. But this is a goddamn miracle. That's for damn sure, dude. Wow. Oh, that is great, man. Not half bad for the Criterion love. Definitely not half bad for the good old TV season love as well. And a good old new releases as well. There's so much goodness at Barnes & Noble. Hard to contain itself. But, hey, we do a good job. We do indeed. And Barnes & Noble definitely was holding their own yet again this week. And you gotta dig it. Oh, I definitely do. Let's head out. Ah, yes. Barnes & Noble comes through yet again with the physical media magic. Oh, you bet your ass they do yet again, man. And, hey, I can't complain. Trust me, when there are weeks when some stores have diddly shit, trust me, we've experienced it. Barnes & Noble is a nice little breath of fresh air from time to time. Indeed it is, with the Criterion love, with a little bit of new release goodness over here as well, and a little bit surprises of TV love too. Not half bad for good old B&N. They come through with the physical media goodies, and I'm damn glad for it, and I know you are as well, man. Ah, yes, good old physical media love comes through for the physical media fanboy, and hey, I can't complain. Nor should I ever, because physical media, no matter what it is always my kind of jam, and I know it is for you as well, man. Not too shabby here, but how about we head home and finish the video? All right, everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week, and it wasn't half bad at most of the places. I'm saying most because I'm looking at you, second Walmart. Oh, God. Yeah, hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you get a lot of physical media love. Sometimes you don't get enough physical media love. A little in between. Hey, regardless, I'll take it, and I know you will as well. Not too shabby for the movie love this week. Some interesting titles indeed. Hopefully you picked up something good. If you did, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I picked stuff up. Of course I did. Come on now. This is me you're talking to here. Okay? So, picked up some release love at some of the stores, and there was some really good, solid new release love this week overall, man. Some really good, unique, and interesting titles, and one of them I decided to get in store, and that is none other than Bros. Yeah, see, Blu-ray, a DVD digital collector's edition of Bros, baby. And, you know, look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I
really do love this movie. I think it's incredibly entertaining. It's hilarious. It's heartfelt. And as I said earlier in the video, I don't care whether it's two guys, two girls, a man and a woman, two dogs. I don't give a shit. As long as the movie has value to me, as long as I'm entertained, as long as I'm engaged with the flick, then that's really what I care about. I don't have this thing of like, oh my god, it's two guys, so I don't want to watch it. Like, I don't care. I've literally been watching cinema for the majority of my life, and I have seen so many types of different films and so many types of representation, and I'm used to it at this point. And Bros really is one of the best of them. It truly, honestly is, man. And yet at the same time, this movie bombed at the box office. It absolutely failed, and it failed hard. And it's interesting because Billy Eichner, he went to his social media and he was blasting people basically because this movie failed. And he was blasting all these hypocrites and these bigots and, all these people who hate on gay people. And, oh, well, you're just mad that, it's a gay love story, etc., etc. And that's why you didn't show up to the movie theater. And I don't know if that's entirely the truth. I don't know if I 100% believe that people are just bigots and they just didn't want to go see this for the sake of seeing it. I think at the end of the day, the movie was not marketed well. All right, the movie was not very well marketed. I don't mind the cover, but the cover doesn't really intrigue you to want to go see the movie either. I mean, don't get me wrong, the two guys touching each other's asses, but I mean, it doesn't really get you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that they really knew what they had, and I just feel like Universal kind of dropped the ball on this movie. It is a really great flick, and I think at the end of the day, it is going to be word of mouth that's going to carry this film for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 some odd years. I think it will, and over time, it will definitely be embraced. But as far as big theatrical, big representation, romantic comedy, gay love stories, this is one of the ones that's the most prominent of them all. A lot of the ones that I talked about earlier were more smaller indie films that, got a little bit of love here and there in popular fandom, but not much. This is really the one that really came out of the gates, big theatrical experience. And, it's hard to say whether people were ready for this or not. It's hard to say, man. But I don't think anybody did this movie favors because, again, the trailers weren't really intriguing. The poster didn't really get you. The marketing wasn't that effective. And so, unfortunately, if you're not selling your movie well anymore, then ain't no one gonna see this shit. I mean, look, we are in 2022, and you also have to remember the fact that at the end of the day, with the post-pandemic world, people are wanting to go see very unique films, and you have to sell yourself as that, and this movie didn't quite do it that well. So I don't blame bigoted people out there, because I think a lot of gay people, the LGBTQ plus community, I don't think that they were willing to go see this movie either. I mean, some did, but not a lot. They just felt that maybe it was too over the top, that it wasn't very realistic, and maybe even a bit offensive to them. And so, on one hand, you have one group of people that weren't seeing as straight people, and then on the other hand, the other end of the spectrum, some people were kind of lukewarm on the movie. Nowadays, when you're going to the movie theater, it really has to be a big tentpole experience. Everybody really has to go to make something a success nowadays. And just didn't happen with this. It's not to say the movie is bad, because the movie is not even close to being bad. It is absolutely entertaining and hilarious and romantic and really well written and well acted. But again, it was one of those movies that, in order for progress to happen in movies, there needs to be a sacrificial lamb at the end of the day, and this movie is it. I think there's going to be other stories that are well told in the years to come. I think there's going to be other films that are much more embraced, but this one had to be the one to fall under the sword. Good, bad, indifferent, it is what it is at the end of the day. But I still really loved the movie, and I really felt like it needed a place in my collection, which is why I'm grabbing it, man. Not half bad at all. Hey, like I said, man, I'm for everybody and anyone getting a great love story, whoever it may be, and these bros definitely deserve it. Oh, indeed it does, man. It might not have won the box office, not even close, but for me, at the end of the day, I don't care about box office. I don't care about those numbers. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see movies that you like succeed, but there's so many movies that I love that are in my collection that never loved the box office, never got the type of appreciation that they deserved, but they ended up being classics at the end of the day. And I think years from now, we may eventually see that with Bros. Maybe, but in the meantime, hey, it's entertainment. And I damn well loved it. Oh, indeed I did, man. Bro, pretty damn sweet indeed. Definitely had to have more romantic comedy goodness in the collection. That is for damn sure, man. But that is not all, because I remember last video, I only showed off one Criterion title that I got. And I know some of you guys are like, wait a minute, Seth, you only picked up one Criterion title for the sale? What are you, nuts? And, well, I did rectify that just a wee bit. Oh, just a wee bit indeed. Yeah, I went and did get a few things. But this one I had to get online because, crazy enough, no store had it. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised because it's one that's been out for a really long time and one that I've been passing on over and over and over and over again. And it just sort of came to mind. I was like, oh my God, I don't have this one, and I've always really liked it. And once I was willing to get it, well, I had to get it online. And that is none other than 5 Easy Pieces. Oh, yes, with good old Jack Nicholson, man. Now, like I said, wasn't in the stores. And even when I went online, oh, by the way, I couldn't even get it shipped to Barnes & Noble's. They just had to ship it here to the apartment. That's what they had to do. Because Barnes & Noble's apparently is not carrying this title anymore. And there is certain titles now that Barnes & Noble still has licensing to that they are not carrying in stores. Maybe they're not as popular, or they've just been out for so long that the newer stuff deserves a place on the shelf and the older stuff is sort of getting pushed to the side, and this might be one of those cases. But it was something that came to mind, and I looked online. I was like, okay, if I gotta order this and I can still get the 50% off, I'm going to do it, and hence why I have it now, man. It's a really good little movie. I remember watching this movie back in high school. I don't even know why I did. It was maybe for some sort of class I was in, and they were showing us 5 Easy Pieces, and at first I was kind of like, oh my God, well, this is a friggin' boring movie. You know how you are back in high school, man. You want action. And I was like, oh my God, this slow dramatic movie, oh Lord, man, God help me. And I was really engaged by it. I really love this movie. I think Jack Nicholson is amazing, as he always is, pretty much. Karen Black is great here as well, playing Jack Nicholson's love interest. And it's this really great sort of road tale of these people's lives and interacting with others. And it's a very interesting movie about the American experience, which I really like. And it's something that I've always kind of enjoyed, and to me, it was one that, how many times I've been dealing with the 50% off sale, and I've told you guys this numerous amounts of times, is there certain movies that I went out of my way to be like, well, I don't really need it this time, I could wait until the next time, and then the next time happens and I'm buying other stuff, and then I'm like, oh, well, maybe next time I'll get it, and then next time turns into like 3, 4, 5 years later, and then I'm like, oh yeah, God, that movie that I really wanted all those years ago, yeah, I still do. and now I can't seem to find it in any of the stores, and this is a prime example of it. So, I'm always telling you guys to, if you really want something, get it, because yes, it's okay to wait for a sale, and that's fine, don't get me wrong, it's worth it to do it, to get the 50% off sale. But the more you continue to justify, well, I can wait till then, and I can wait till the time after that, and so on and so forth, eventually you're going to get to a point where it ain't going to be around anymore, and you wish you wouldn't have waited. I'm damn glad that I finally have it in the collection, because I've always really dug the movie, but there could have been a point where I might not have been able to get this, and I would have been kicking myself for it. But kicking myself no longer, because finally having the collection, and damn glad for it, man. It's not a movie for everybody, but for me, Jack Nicholson, oh yeah, definitely my jam. Definitely my jam indeed, man. Not bad. But then I did get some stuff in the store. Of course I did. And this one I absolutely wanted. It's one that I think I was going to pick up last sale, but I kind of held back a little bit. And I was like, okay, not a lot that I want to grab, but this one is definitely on the radar now, and that is none other than Blowout. Yeah, John Travolta, Nancy Allen, political thriller goodness, man. Now, I picked up the Blu-ray. This is not the 4K, this is the Blu-ray, and I was happy to have it. I've always really liked this movie about the idea of, witnessing a murder and an assassination, and the idea that you are now in the crossfire of that. And I really love that. And it's thrilling, it's tense, the acting is amazing here. It's one of John Travolta's best. I've always dug it so much, man. Brian De Palma is a masterclass in like tense, thrilling, on the edge of your seat anticipation, and he does it yet again with this, man. So amazingly good. Love this flick so much, and I'm just happy to finally own it, man. I really am. Again, it's been one that I've kind of been wanting for a little while, and finally, after some of the other stuff that I wanted first, might as well grab Blowout. Not half bad on that one. And then one of the newer titles to come out. Damn glad that I finally picked this one up, because I wanted it so badly. Yes, I could have waited technically, but a new Criterion release, 50% off. It's just way too good to pass up. And this one is a masterclass in biopic storytelling, and that is none other than Malcolm X. Yes, Spike Lee, Denzel Washington, baby. Yes, I had to get it, man. Now, again, I picked up the Blu-ray, and I am very, very happy for that indeed, man. This is an amazing movie, man. The acting, the directing, the storytelling, everything is top-notch in this. Yes, it is a long movie, but it keeps you engaged, it keeps you intrigued, and even though you kind of know where things are going if you know the history of Malcolm X, it doesn't take away from the brilliance that this movie is. And it is one of Spike Lee's best films. Maybe not the one that he'll be most remembered for necessarily, but I think one of his best regardless. Really, really fantastic movie. Now, I know what you guys are saying. You're saying, well, Seth, I don't understand. You're buying the Blu-ray and you're not buying the 4K. Why aren't you buying these titles 4K? If this is out in 4K, and if Blowout is out in 4K, why aren't you getting the 4Ks instead of the Blu-ray? It just doesn't make any sense to us. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. And the 4Ks come with the Blu-rays. And obviously they're more money. They're about $10 or so more. And certain instances, I will buy the 4K. And you've seen me do that in other Criterion sales. But I don't necessarily need the 4Ks. Because what a lot of these companies do, and Criterion is no different, is that they will package the 4Ks with the Blu-rays to just up the price more, just for the sake of upping it. Why can't they just put out a 4K edition with just the 4K? Why not do that? Well, because they have a boatload of Blu-rays, so why not package it with the Blu-ray and make a little bit more money on the back end? Makes a lot of sense, right? Well, it does, but I'm not buying into it, man. Look, Criterion is a great boutique label company, and even their Blu-rays are still top-notch quality. You still get really great picture quality, really great sound quality, and it doesn't take away from the experience just buying Blu-ray. I feel like as consumers now, we're getting hit over the head with buy 4K, buy 4K, you gotta buy 4K, screw everything else, just buy 4K, damn it. And I'm not one of those guys that just buys 4K for the sake of buying 4K sake. In certain instances, yes, I will do it. No doubt about it. But it has to make sense to me in order to want to buy 4K. I'm just not diving into it because everybody else is doing it. I did that with VHS. I did that with DVD. I've done it with Blu-ray, and I'm not going to do the same with 4K. I cannot and will not continue to just upgrade constantly over and over and over and over again. I'm just not going to do it, man. I've been through that road too many times, and for me, there's certain times that I can justify it, but other times I'm just not going for it. And this is one of those times, man. Again, I'm sure the 4K looks amazing. I'm sure the 4K looks outstanding, but I'm okay with the Blu-ray. At the end of the day, I save about $10 or so. I still know I'm getting high quality because it's Criterion, and the packaging is still pretty well for me. So I'm happy with my purchase. Don't just go onto the bandwagon of 4K because everybody tells you to. You have to think for yourself at the end of the day. You have to end up understanding that yes, 4K is better in a lot of instances, but that doesn't take away from how great Blu-ray is. And, you know, it's cool to be part of the in crowd, but if you've been doing this as long as I have, at a certain point, you just say, fuck the in crowd, okay? I mean, you seriously do. You just say, you know what, it's been fun, it's been real, call me a boomer, call me an old man, do whatever you want to do, I don't care. Because a lot of these people who are trying to force you to get into a format just to get into it because everybody else is doing it, to me, that's not a good enough reason. And certain times I will agree, and certain times I'll dissent a little bit. And this is one of the times that I do. Look, if you're willing to pay for my purchases, if you're willing to buy me all the stuff that I want out of your own money, then man, I'll buy 4K like a motherfucker. But if you're not going to buy my stuff, and I'm paying out of my own pocket for the releases I want, then you have no say in what I get. Just saying, I'm just being real, man. But I'm still happy to get the love regardless, because this movie is definitely worth it in the collection, no matter what format you get. That is for damn sure, man. Not half bad for the physical media love this week. More Criterion 50% off goodness, and a little bit of romantic comedy love to add to the collection. Not half bad. And before I let you guys go, I gotta talk about this, man. Now, by the time you guys watch this, it will be far in the past, but I feel like this really does need to be talked about at this point, because it's really shocking to me, considering that we're supposed to be supporting the movie theaters, and with this, yeah, it's anything but, man. From IndieWire, Fableman's Banshees, Bones and All pulled a ripcord and hit PVOD December 13th. Let's dive in, shall we? Multiple sources confirm that PVOD platforms will debut two top awards contenders, The Fablemans and Banshees of Inisherin, on December 13th. Bones and All, an even more recent release, will also join them on that date. For Banshees, the day comes 53 days after its initial appearance, but for Fablemans, it will be only 32 days after the Steven Spielberg drama went into a theatrical platform release, and 23 days after the start of its wider release. The Bones VOD day comes 25 days after the platform, 18 days after wide. Bottom line, no longer is the promise of a Christmas playtime boost enough, and waiting until the even bigger boost of Oscar nominations this year on January 24th seems literally impossible. Fellow contenders Tar and Till, along with Armageddon Time and Triangle of Sadness, are also among October specialized releases that already have home viewing options. However, the early PVOD appearance of Fabelmans and Banshees, rather than playing through the once lucrative holiday season, is a sign of a radically changed world for these films. In comparison to pre-COVID times, grosses for specialized films fare much worse than wide-release studio titles. The PVOD placement is a disappointment in this make-or-break period. For these films, the fall and holidays are what summer is for studios. It looks even worse after the summer's very strong performance of Everything Everywhere All at Once, with a $70 million domestic take and 4 months of theatrical exclusivity topped even 2020 Best Picture winner Parasite. Assuming audience appeal for these films resembles that of previous year's releases, it appears that the core 40 and older movie audience has fallen sharply. The films also face accelerated playoff with fewer platforms and limited runs, earlier wide play, showing at far more theaters, followed by rapid home presence. All of that takes a toll on the urgency to see it in theaters. Even after 2 award seasons where top nominees either had limited to no theatrical play, or in most cases early home viewing, this still feels odd. More than anything, it emphasizes that PVOD revenue is critical. Roughly $14 of each transaction goes to the distributor. It's hell on theatrical windows, but it's essential to ensure financing of smaller films in the future. The VOD releases are still timed 8 days after Screen Actors Guild nominations, the day after Golden Globe announces their noms, and after the New York and Los Angeles groups choose their winners. Banshees has grossed less than $8 million, with only $342,000 over the 3-day Thanksgiving weekend. Fabelmans went modestly wide last Wednesday with an unimpressive $8.7 million for the 3 days and little sign of daily improvement. Despite having more than 4 times the theaters than Spielberg's film, Bones and All grossed the same amount. For Fabelmans, it will only open in most of the world next year. Digital showing risks piracy, so consider this as a sign of what might be lost is made up by the potential bounty of PVOD revenue. The studio spent about $40 million on production plus marketing. It's still a long way from breaking even. All of this has major implications for core specialized theaters, but none of it happens in a vacuum. It only reemphasizes the fragility of the market. And indeed, yeah, I hate to say it, guys, it is fragile like a motherfucker, man. And it ain't getting any better. Oh, that's for damn sure, dude. Okay, look, let me be real here. You know, when the pandemic was going on hardcore, I was telling you guys about all the shit that was going down. Whether or not it was theater chains that were closing, movies that were getting held back, movies that were going straight to streaming, or even just going straight to disc, and, you know, how we were slowly but surely trying to regain our footing for the theatrical market. And there was a moment where it really looked like things were looking up, man. You looked at like Spider-Man No Way Home and the huge amount of grosses that it made, you know, Ghostbusters Afterlife and a lot of these other movies that came out that were really uplifting the box office in a big bad way. And now, not so much. Not really, man. And, you know, back in the day, I remember going to the movies with my mother on holiday weekends, specifically Christmas. And we would go, and the lines would be long as a motherfucker, man. I mean, whether it was the latest Steven Spielberg film or this indie darling, this you know, British comedy, whatever it was, man. These smaller, more intimate films were getting more love during that time. And that is still the case now. It's not like that's necessarily been lost, but it hasn't exactly been gained much either. And now with so many avenues to make money outside of the theatrical market, it stands to reason that a lot of these studios and filmmakers are taking their talents elsewhere. It's not that they're losing the theatrical experience necessarily, but they're cutting it much, much shorter. Because nowadays, you really have to come out at an early enough time to get the promotion going, to get the whole Oscar race happening, you know, the Oscar bait award season stuff. And at the same time, you have to try to have your movie have enough legs to get you through the holiday season. And I mean the entire holiday season, through November, through December, and into January. And back in the day, you were able to do it because far less movies were coming out, far less competition, and you were able to have a little bit more leeway and wiggle room. Nowadays, that's not the thing anymore. Nowadays, as I've said, because of the pandemic and because movie theaters are hurting, you have these big, huge tentpole blockbuster movies that these theaters need to survive, man. They need this revenue. So the Black Panthers or Avatar: The Way of Water, they're going to be opening in mega amounts of theaters. 4, 5, 6 theaters, man. And where does that necessarily leave the smaller films? It doesn't leave them much room. It becomes cutthroat to try to get real estate in these movie theater chains now, because with the bigger tentpole films, it's hard to get your foot in the door for a long period of time. And the turnover rate for movies nowadays in theaters is so incredibly short, man. It's shocking sometimes. I actually get completely shocked because there's sometimes where movies that were literally in a theater less than 2 months ago are finally hitting physical media. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy about it, but at the same time, like, dude, I remember back in the day when you had to wait a fucking year for that shit. A goddamn year before you even got the physical release, man. And now, like, I was happy when it went to 6 months. I was like, oh, cool, man, you were getting cool releases 6 months down the line. And then it went from 6 to 5 and 5 to 4 and 4 to 3, and for the longest time it was like basically 3 months. And now, like, it's either like 2 months or even less than that, dude. The turnaround is so fucking quick nowadays, and you have to make your money so goddamn fast, or you're gonna just, you know, take a piss in the wind. I mean, really, you honestly are, dude. And it is wild to me. And so now a lot of these ones are basically like, well, look, the pandemic was what it was. And a lot of people came back to the movie theaters. But guess what? A lot of people in certain demographics, especially the 40 and over, which now I'm a part of, is staying home. And they don't want to go to the movie theaters. They don't want to deal with the high prices of concessions. And they don't want to deal with the high prices for the tickets. And they don't want to deal with screaming kids or people on their cell phones. And, you know, everybody blah, 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 talking like a motherfucker. They don't want to do that anymore. They want to stay home. So a lot of these films and companies, studios, basically are like, well, we need the revenue from these people that are not going. So we need to put out the, you know, pay on demand on these platforms, whether it's, you know, Google Play or any number of these ones. The idea that they can still get revenue from them, get more money on the back end than if it was through the theater, and end up making more money in the long run, end up, you know, actually sort of evening out, for a lack of a better term. I mean, because look, a lot of these movies nowadays, because of the cost of everything going up, that includes production costs, these things cost more money. Which means that your average indie title that would have cost a lot less money even 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3, you name it, now is costing a hell of a lot more production-wise, actor-wise, sets, costumes, cameras, you name it. And now you have to end up making a hell of a lot more money on the back end to just break even, let alone make a buck or two. And so now these studios really have to think about not only the theatrical experience, which yes is still a part of it, but they have to think about long term. They have to think about video on demand. They have to think about physical media. And they have to think about other revenue streams than just theatrical. And if they can make a buck or two quickly from the theatrical and then get it onto these VOD platforms, then great, fine. But that also kills the potential money earning if you really think about it, because again, this article brought up the idea of piracy. Piracy is still a thing out there, man. You have no idea how many friends that I have that still are like, oh, by the way, I have this website that I go on and I get my stuff for free. And I'm always kind of like, you know, I always kind of bark at them because I'm always like, come on, dude. Like, these movies, these people really put their heart and souls into making them, you know, to just sort of pirate this stuff, I don't think is the right way. But that's just sort of the purist in me. That's how I am. That's how I've always been. And yet at the same time, I guess in some weird way I understand it, because look, things cost a lot of money, and you know, if you can find a pirating site that's not going to give you all kind of the spam and shit and get the movie for free, I suppose it kind of makes sense. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is nowadays. And there's so many things to worry about nowadays, and there's so many things to deal with, and I don't know what the right way or the wrong way is anymore to make money. You know, I do feel like we're stiffing the movie theaters, but then again, in some ways the movie theaters are stiffing us, because, you know, it's hard to fault them, because you see something like Avatar: The Way of Water, and it's got to go in all these movie theaters, and it's got to take all this space. And that leaves lesser for these smaller films that are trying to make a buck during the holiday season, that can get people in because of the holidays and family, and maybe pushing these films a little further and giving them a little bit more notice. But that's not as much happening as we'd like it to. I don't know, man. It's really tough to know where the right way to do it is or what the wrong way is. All I know is times are changing, man. Times are changing in a big bad way. And what we used to know that was foolproof and was a staple every single time is no longer becoming that way. And it's just weird to think that a lot of these movies that we thought were experiences for the theatrical audience, nowadays more people are just staying home and watching them. And so the theatrical experience is not really much of a thing anymore as it was even a few years ago. And the idea that most people are watching it at home. You have a great 4K television, you have a great sound system, and in some ways it is taking the place of what we know as a theatrical experience. It is, and it's going to just be that way. I don't think the theatrical experience is going to 100% go away, but with these movies that, you know, are being in theaters less and less and less of a time frame, and quickly going to the VOD platforms, it does beg the question of how long is the theatrical experience really going to last until we end up saying goodbye to it. And when a Steven Spielberg theatrical experience holiday movie is going to VOD platforms faster than it ever has before, for Steven Spielberg, that says that times are changing in a big bad motherfucking way, man. What do you think about this? Do you think that it's right that this is happening? That we should try to keep the theatrical experience going, especially in these holiday times when it could get more exposure? Or do you feel like, look, they're just not going to have enough room anymore, and, you know, they got to make a buck somehow, some way, and this is the next best way to do it? What do you guys think? I'm interested to find out, man. Definitely let me know. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos that I do. Movie reviews with my friends, live streams, Blu-ray pickup videos, and much, much more. If you are a lover of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my really great subscribers. You guys are amazing and awesome, and you watch the videos, you endure all of my crazy bullshit, and I really appreciate it, man. I seriously do. You guys are amazing. I've always said it, and I continue to say it to this day. You guys are just great. And thank you for your support so much. So if you like how I talk about movies and physical media, definitely hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I make a video. Also, keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram and Facebook. Film Fan 108, keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. And if you want to send the channel any movie-related goodness, you can do that. The P.O. Box is in the description below. It is not expected, but it's definitely appreciated. You guys have said, hey man, I love what you do. You give us all this movie love. What can I send you? Where can I send it? And the P.O. Box in the description below, and I can't wait to see what I get next from you guys. It will be awesome, as it always has been. But I guess that is it for the video. Physical media goodness is down for 1 week and heading on to the next. And I cannot wait, man. Hopefully you will be along for the ride. So I will see you back next time for a brand new video. Take care, everybody, and remember, happy hunting.